What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another episode of the High Council. And tonight, I am joined by my very good friends from World Class Bullshitters. It is Jeff Hicks. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, everybody? God, dude, so much has been going on the last couple of days, so it's been kind of insane, but in a good way. But it's Tuesday, so I have to stop all that because the High Council comes first.
I heard that. Man, it has been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. And you know him. You love him. He's the most entertaining man on YouTube. And he is also the man that is bringing comics back in a great way. Make comics great again. Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Ethan Van Sciver.
I said I'd do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Ethan Van Sciver, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, and trusted member of the media. Comicsgate to my soul. It's going to be fun tonight, but I have to tell you guys, I'm a little bit worried. I'm down here in the basement. I'm in the basement, SJWs, not my mom's basement, my basement. I own it. And I'm worried because a tornado is coming through. Now, Jeff survived the tornado. He barely survived the tornado. I don't know if we're going to be so lucky. So if I disappear, okay, it might be that I'm being carried off to the land of Oz. And I want you guys to just proceed as if normal. Everything's okay. I'll be all right, okay? But it could happen. It could happen. So everyone get ready to... I don't know. Crush your fingers.
Press F in the chat for EVS. We may get a Force Ghost EVS tonight. That's how the Force Ghost Jeremy account was born that night. That I think as soon as my power went out and I lost you guys, you're like, he's dead. Like he's dead. So hopefully we don't lose EVS. The comics industry needs you, sir, because you are doing some great things right now.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're doing great stuff, man. So I will do my best to fight this tornado. I fought a tornado, a virtual shitstorm of SJWs for the last 2 years. What's a tornado? What's Mother Nature compared to these motherfuckers?
You can go ahead and cuss. I've already been demonetized on this one. YouTube demonetizes us before we even go live at this point. So they don't even let us go live. They're like, we already got to demonetize those guys.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's so much going on. There's so many things within the world of Star Wars. We saw the Captain Marvel trailer where they're basically telling women that it's okay to assault men if they're nice to you and they're trying to help you when you're lost. It's okay to assault them, to steal from them, things like that.
Hard. It's so hard to be a nice guy these days. That's what I took it. I mean, this guy came up to I made a video about this morning. This nice guy, basically Evel Knievel. He comes up to this wretched, unmade bed of a human being, Brie Larson, and she looks lost. I mean, she looks lost. She looks like she's missing something. The ass out of the back of her pants, and he says, "Do you need a ride? Is there anything I can do for you?" And she glares at him from behind the newspaper. And he's like, "Hey, you're never fully dressed without a smile." Just like Annie said, she said, "You're never fully dressed without a smile." SJWs and feminists would beat the living hell out of Eileen Quinn, the little girl who played Annie in 1982. Because she's like, "You're never fully..." They would have beat her senseless. They would have beat her mercilessly. And so what happened... Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, she goes, "You want me to smile?" And then she grabs him, electrocutes his balls, forces him to his knees, steals his jacket, steals his motorcycle, and drives off. What a hero. What a hero. And as she's leaving, she says, "Why aren't you smiling?" "Because you sizzled his balls." He didn't sizzle your balls. You sizzled his balls, and then you dare ask him why he's not smiling. I'm so tired of these people. I'm so tired of Brie Larson. There's got to be something we can do to not watch her movie even harder.
Well, I mean, I was accused of leading a boycott that I didn't lead. I just individually boycotted Captain Marvel, and our buddy Jack Saint decided that I was leading a boycott. What you think about that video, EVS?
I think that guy's kind of sweet on you. No, I'm serious. I really got a sense that, he's been watching your videos for a little while, and he thinks you're perfect, but there's a couple of things that he can change. Like he's like, I can change him. I like him. I can change him though. Jack Saint, you can't change Jeremy. You can't change him. He's stuck in his ways. So don't even bother. But wow, 45 minutes of obsessing over you, obsessing over your appearance because you didn't comb your hair in one video. By the way, comb your hair in your videos. A little odd, a little weird.
I couldn't make it through the whole video. I couldn't. I mean, I was bored out of my mind. The guy just is so goddamn boring. I mean, he probably had some fair points in there that I just couldn't pay attention to long enough. I couldn't watch it. I got like 28 minutes through it, and I'm done. I can't keep doing this. This is absolutely putting me to sleep.
Well, he had 45 minutes on you. It usually just takes people 30 seconds to watch my videos and go, "This is shit." That's really all anybody needs to say about my videos. But you require analysis, deep, heavy analysis.
And he had a lot. He went back like over years and got videos on me. So this guy, man, he is. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy.
He's just gonna say into you, Jeremy.
Ugh, it's. But I mean, and it's been a week of people making videos about me. I'm not going to name the other channel that went after me because they're not relevant enough. But I just encourage them to continue making videos on if they want on all of us. I mean, it just helps us. I remember this one guy on Twitter that's been hating on Geeks and Gamers for forever now. The last time he really went after me was 50,000 subs ago. So I think at some point he's like, I need to shut the fuck up because these channels keep growing the more we talk about them. But it is what it is. Whatever. Keep talking about us. And Jeff will keep making million view videos left and right. So I can only get one. But I'm good. I got one and I'm happy now.
We got to get Ethan in the club.
Yeah, we got to get you EVS. EVS is too busy saving the comics industry, which is significantly more important than what either of our channels are doing, though. That's for sure. I mean, the Twitter fights that you've been in lately, you've been roasting these fools, and it's easy for you.
Yeah, I don't know if I roast them. I feel like I just correct them. I correct them like the caretaker in The Shining, the ghostly caretaker. I corrected them. So they come out and they say things about Comicsgate, and I correct them, lovingly but firmly about what Comicsgate is, what it means, and how SJWs diabolically are the single reason the comic books are not selling, that people are becoming disenfranchised with the hobby. We can fix it. I mean, this is the thing. We can fix it. We just tell them to shut the F up. We get normal people, just normal people. And by normal people, I mean people who do not have some kind of wacko political axe to grind, who don't threaten people who disagree with them. Come back, come make comics. And we promise the customers, we promise you guys, we won't do that to you again. We just want you to have fun and we want your money. Simple as that. And if you can make that promise to people, I think fans will come roaring back. And they have. Cyberfrog Blood Honey is sitting at $840,000 right now for the first issue. Lone Star Soul of the Soldier just came out. We pushed it pretty hard, and in the first month, it made $129,159. No, I'm sorry. Let me refresh that. Lone Star Soul of the Soldier by Mike S. Miller, $130,087 right now. $130,000. That's prosperity. That's success by any standard. And you can, these SJWs can sit there and hate from the mainstream, but it's becoming pretty clear we are the mainstream. We're where people want to come to have fun and read comics. So, join us or die. Is that what it says on the snake flag, Jeff? Join us or die, or what?
I think Darth Vader said that, but I'm just going to agree with you anyway.
And what's Earthworm Jim up to now? It's over 200,000, right?
Let me say, yeah, Earthworm Jim. My God, that is absolutely
Doug is killing it,
and they're coming after him too. They're saying awful things about him, trying to ruin him, and you just have to shut him out. $211,588 at this very moment for the Earthworm Jim revival comic. We're winning. In every single day we are winning. And again, you can argue with popularity if you want, but you'll be wrong. You know, we are the mainstream. Nobody's making money like we are. Nobody's exciting people like we are. So it's a privilege to be a part of Comicsgate. I'm proud of it. People who are Comicsgate should stand up and be proud to be Comicsgate because it stands for customer first. It stands for fun comics, and I think everybody agrees with that. Every normal person agrees with that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Memory Troll said, would the plot of Knights of the Old Republic and the surrounding events in that era of Star Wars history be better suited for film or streaming series? Well, I'm going to say it is suited better, period, to be made under Kathleen Kennedy's reign as president of Lucasfilm. But to answer your question, it's a very, very deep era. There's a lot to chew on there. I think a streaming series would be much better. There's a lot more depth. There's a lot more opportunity for character development. So I think a streaming series would be better. Plus, it seems like everything not movie related seems to have at least some potential right now because Kathleen Kennedy is involved in all of the movies. But then I say that, but then I got another story to talk about later, or I can talk about it now. But the Galaxy's Edge, there's a lot of criticism right now with Galaxy's Edge because that's the theme parks, the Star Wars theme park at Disneyland and Walt Disney World that are opening. And there's really nothing to do with the original trilogy. There's no major, there's no major attractions with the sequel trilogy or with the original trilogy. It's all sequel stuff. How the hell do you make a Star Wars land that's billions of dollars and not have Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia and all of anything referenced to the original trilogy? What the hell are they thinking?
Yeah, I think they're not thinking. They think that Luke Skywalker, Han Solo are for old people, and we're going to be dying soon, and therefore everyone's going to forget the original Star Wars movies, and they're keeping Star Wars alive with Finn and Poe and Reylo.
This is unreal. I don't know what they think is like. How do they think that this is sustainable? They're putting billions into this project. This is the biggest expansion, and I follow the theme parks. I'm a big fan of the parks, and let's eliminate Star Wars Land from it. Prior to that, when you go and you see some of the things they do with Star Wars in the parks, it feels like Star Wars. They kind of have heavy references to the prequels and the original trilogy, along with the sequel trilogy, obviously. But this expansion seems to me like they brought Kathleen Kennedy and her weirdos in to give them some guidance on what to do, because from everything I've heard, it's all just sequel trilogy crap. I'm blown away by this because they're putting so much into it.
It's like somebody bought. It's like Disney. If Disney bought Casablanca, you know what I mean? Like the original Casablanca movie, and decided to franchise it out. Like they would create new characters and then just assume that people would move on past Rick and Ilsa and Sam, and nobody would care about them anymore. It would be all about what would be some names for Disney Casablanca characters. These idiots don't understand. They really don't understand the strength of Star Wars was in that original trilogy. Those movies are classics that will never die. Just like Casablanca will never die. And people don't really care about the world beyond that. They're not interested in other characters that are living on other planets. It really is the heart and soul of Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams. These are the people that connected with an audience. And you're asking Pablo Hidalgo, where did your balls go? You're asking Pablo Hidalgo to create a character that's half as interesting as Luke Skywalker. God damn it.
Yeah,
I mean, tell me if Jabba the Hutt has a skeleton.
I mean, and Jeff, you've never been to the parks, right?
No, I've been to Disney World. That's the one in Florida, right?
Right, yeah.
Years ago, but I've been. I've been to what was the first Star Wars ride? Star Tours?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was fun.
Yeah. And now it's garbage now because they've redone it so much to get sequel trilogy crap in there. But so someone,
because it used to have like an Ewok village, I think, and like a walker, and there was a whole store that looked like the bunker on Endor. This is like
they still have a lot of that stuff outside of it, but it's the ride itself. They've really flooded it with sequel trilogy stuff now, and it's just not the same. It doesn't have the same feel to it.
Lame. It felt like you were in a Star Wars movie back then. I remember that was the first ride we went on. I was blown away.
Yeah. So somebody that hasn't been to the parks in a long time, and someone's a Star Wars fan, do you see any selling point for you, a longtime Star Wars fan, to go visit Star Wars Land, considering they're not even going to really give any heavy acknowledgement to the original trilogy?
Oh hell no! There was never a world or a universe or reality where I was going to go to Star Wars Land down in Disney just to go check it out. As somebody who's been a Star Wars fan for 26 years, I'm just burnt out on the idea of being smothered by Kylo Ren and Rey and all that shit. To me, that's just not Star Wars. That's not, if you wanted to sell me, you would have to get somebody like me, the Mos Eisley Cantina or the Death Star, just shit that, Ethan, you said it right. Star Wars appeals to it's not just for older people. It's kind of a cross-generational thing. I was thinking about this the other day. We're of different ages, but that's one of the things that we all like, and it all brings us together. That's what the whole Fandom Menace is built on. So they've kind of created this schism intentionally, and they pushed out a lot of people. I know people say, well, Disneyland's for kids. That's cool, but these families aren't going to, go every single year to see Kylo Ren and Rey. You got to have something that's going to attract people on a different level. So no, that's my answer. I'm not going to ever, even if there's a fire.
Even if there's a fire.
If Star Wars is for kids, though, Jeremy, Star Wars is for kids.
It is for kids, as the great George Lucas just got done talking about. Yet, George Lucas defends the Star Wars prequel, says they're designed for 12-year-olds. But if that's the case, then why did the company he sold it to, why are they so obsessed with putting sexual orientation and abusive relationships within Star Wars?
Abusive relationships.
Yep.
Yeah, awful.
I mean, I don't understand what the logic is. So these people that they continue to pander to are obsessed with Lando hooking up with a robot and who Lando bangs and this Reylo relationship. This is their obsession, and for Poe and Finn to hook up. This is the crowd that Disney continues to market after, yet they're building a theme park that's designed for kids. None of the logic makes any sense whatsoever.
I'm so tired of these transgendered droids. For kids. That's what it's come down to. Transgender droids. Look, yeah, that's true. Make up your mind. Either this is for kids and it's fun escapism for 12 and below, or it's an adult thing that representation matters, and therefore we need to have all kinds of adult situations, things for the weirdos, things for what's her name? Who am I thinking of right now? That with the voice that I do. Why can't I remember her name? I shut her out of my brain.
Good. She's not that important, I guess.
You know who I'm talking about, Jeremy.
The chick that the geek girl diva girl geek, whatever.
Yeah, well, we have to bother ourselves with the concerns of geek girl diva.
I'm telling you, the first time you read her voice out loud, it's like the funniest thing you've ever done on your channel, and that says a lot because you've done a lot of funny things. And when you did that, I nearly died. I'm like, this is gold. This is beautiful.
What about their concerns? What about the concerns? What about the representation of? What are we? Is that what Star Wars is supposed to be? Are we supposed to do that? Is that what it's all about, George Lucas? I mean, what the holy hell?
Well, another thing too, if it's for 12-year-olds, why is it about trade federations and tariffs and stuff? 12-year-olds, why was it social studies in space, the episode 1 movie? What his argument? Look, in a way, I can see that he's embarrassed. Maybe he's like, "Well, I made it for my kids." That's nice, George, that you made it for your kids and they like Jar Jar. Cool, but he never really did anything truly great unless he had somebody kind of reining him in. When he had free range, I mean, we got Jar Jar Binks and stupid crap like whoopee whoopee and farts, Star Wars fart jokes. So when I hear stuff like this, I just kind of roll my eyes no, it really wasn't, because kids don't understand that shit.
It is true. There's way too many politics, and I mean Star Wars politics in the prequels to justify it for 12-year-olds. I get where he's coming from, though. There is a lot of things that are geared towards kids, but at the end of the day, it's a family-friendly universe for the most part, and I just don't understand why we have this crowd that's obsessed with putting their sexual preferences into this universe.
Because representation matters, Jeremy. Representation is what it's all about. Why do you hate women, Jeremy? Why? Why do you hate women in Star Wars? Why are you so fragile? Why is your masculinity so fragile, Jeremy?
That's gonna hurt your throat to do that.
I'm fine. I do it for the fans.
Oh my goodness. All right, Kermit the Log said swig of beef. Wait, you got swift of beef for the working frog. My bad. Swift of beef for the working frog. And then you sent another super chat. So thank you for that, Kermit the Log. JR says, check out A Throne of Bones by Teddy Spaghetti. Mr. Spaghetti, the linguistic mastermind who would be the perfect replacement for Ryan Johnson. All right, there you go. Micah D2, Jon Snow checked into rehab over Game of Thrones finale. Oh my God, I know this is going to, like, people are going to be posting videos about this. So Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, has checked himself into rehab. I think it's for alcohol. So there's going to be a massive amount of videos where people are saying Kit Harington or Jon Snow checked himself in over the Game of Thrones rehab, or over the Game of Thrones finale into rehab. I think that's going to be funny. I don't know if I'm going to touch that topic.
You know who's not going to make a video on that?
You.
Me, because I don't know what the fuck Game of Thrones is about. So that's not my wheelhouse, but I'm sure it's
you're
not
gonna have to find
do
it 5 years from now, and then you're gonna start making videos. A little
Hey,
too late.
I found The Sopranos 20 years later, and I thought it was fantastic, but I'm not going to start making videos about Paul.
Everybody
asked Deadwood video though. This Friday is the Deadwood movie, and I gotta say, I might be the only fan in the world, or well, in the Fandom Menace community, but I love Deadwood, and I might actually make a video about it that'll have 5 views. But I don't care because I'll have things to say about it. I hope it's good.
Right on. I've heard good things about it. I've never seen it. But I would say, Jeff, I look forward to your Game of Thrones videos in 5 years. I'll just say that. So
I mean, we'll still be doing the High Council, but let's take a $1 bet right now, Dukes Brothers style. I won't be doing Game of Thrones videos in 5 years. I might finally see Lord of the Rings by then, though.
Yeah, that's going to be important. I fully expect a in-depth analysis of the Lord of the Rings trilogy after you're done on your channel. I think everybody wants that. Well, actually, I'm not even joking. I really think you should do that because you're so detail-oriented, and that's such a beloved trilogy. I think a lot of people would be interested in your opinion on that.
Well, I was out at a half-price bookstore the other day. They had a Memorial Day sale, so for some reason I just started buying up all these Star Wars books. But for a brief moment, I had the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit books in my cart, and I thought, no, not going to go down that well. But I do have plans to go over to my buddy's house. He's got a home theater. We're going to watch the whole extended trilogy over the course of like a day and a half or whatever. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it with nice surround sound and a big 4K TV, folks. So I'm going to get the whole theater going experience. I'm not going to sit in this little office with a 27-inch flat screen and just be like, oh, okay, Orlando Blues in this movie. No, I'm going for the whole thing.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you about it because it's awesome. Now, if you're just joining us, because we have almost 1,300 people watching, smash the melee button if you don't mind. That's a simple request from a simple man. But if you are just joining us, we need to inform you that this could be the last time you hear of Ethan Van Sciver. There's a tornado specifically heading right for him right now. EVS, are you still with us?
I'm still with you. For a last request, can I talk about this now?
Go for it.
Okay, I just want to say I am finishing up. I'm doing the finishing touches on a cover. It's going to be Cyberfrog, Salamandroid, and Vampirella. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cyberfrog and Vampirella have a little bit of a history together. They were both published by Harris Comics in the 90s. Now Vampirella is being covered or published by Dynamite Comics. Dynamite Comics is a really cool company. They are standing up, first of all, because they're publishing this cover, because I'm going to have this Cyberfrog Vampirella cover. SJWs have lost their minds. These NPCs are freaking out. They're demanding that Dynamite not do this. And Dynamite is standing their ground. They're just kind of like, hey, we prefer to make money than to kowtow to SJWs. And God bless them for that. Also, there was a situation where the current writer, Dynamite Comics, is going to be publishing a brand new Vampirella series in July. Brand new. The writer for Vampirella, Vampirella #1, is a fellow named Christopher Priest. He is of African American descent. He's a person of color. He's even black. And he is not an SJW. He is merely a liberal. And he was doing an interview, and he just, he's talking about how women, this is Vampirella is a female character, and she thinks like a woman and all that, whatever it was that he said. But he said, it's almost like people are realizing now that there are two genders and both of them matter. Now, he said there are two genders. And because he said that, the ridiculous tabloid comic book website that was doing this interview said, do you want to take that back? And there are like 68 genders, aren't there? And he said, I'm an ecumenical minister. I'm sorry. There are two genders, men and women, and you're not going to threaten me and make me, say something weird. So Christopher Priest stood his ground. Dynamite Comics standing their ground, thinking more about business and art than they're thinking about politics. And for that, I want to very kindly ask the Fandom Menace community to come out in droves and support Dynamite Comics. They have this relaunch for Vampirella #1, written by Christopher Priest. It's coming out in July. I am going to, I'm clasping my hands together, and I'm saying to the Fandom Menace, and I'm saying to Comicsgate, pull out all the stops. Support the release. Support Dynamite in general. Support the release of Vampirella #1. Give them a hit. Dynamite Comics has not had a top 100 comic in maybe years. I want this comic to hit the top 100. I want the Fandom Menace to flex. I want Comicsgate to flex. And I want Dynamite to see the end result of what it means to stand up to SJWs and to tell them no. To tell them no. Sit the F down. We're not going to worry about what you think and your little protests and your little threats. We're producing comics that are going to be fun for people. We're not going to be sad. We're not going to be miserable. We are going to have fun, and we are going to make money. We're going to try to make money. We're going to try to produce a comic that looks great, that reads great, and appeals to a large audience. Now, I am asking you guys to join me in this. There is a link in the description. Is there not, Jeremy, or no?
Yes, there should be now, and my mods are also dropping links all through this entire stream in the chat. So,
okay, so this is the thing. I'm dropping links. We're dropping links, and there's a link in the description to Dynamite Comics store, their website store, where you can buy a copy of Vampirella #1. Now, Vampirella #1 costs, I think, $3.99. So we're asking you to invest $4. There are other versions of it that are bigger. I think there are like special editions that go up to like $50. But a simple copy, just one copy of Vampirella #1, $4. If you can do that, if you can skip coffee tomorrow and invest that $4 in Vampirella #1, you'll be making a statement. You will be making a statement. Dynamo says, should we refund Mike and order this? Yes. Refund Lone Star. Take that money and order Vampirella instead. Link is in the description. This book needs to hit the top 100. That's my goal. If we can get it to hit the top 100, we'll be making a big statement to the comic book industry that SJW bullying does not lead to sales, prosperity, or success. And this kind of thing happening more than once, this kind of thing being ostentatiously happening in the comic book industry over and over again is going to change things. It's going to change things. So please do buy Vampirella #1. And I'll probably make a video about it as well to remind you guys. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We've got like over 1,000 people watching right now. How many people are watching?
1324.
That's enormous. So, you guys flex your muscles. Do this. Do this for the comic book industry. I know that, we're Star Wars fans with the Fandom Menace, but the Fandom Menace and Comicsgate definitely crosses over. So do Comicsgate a solid. And thanks very much. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeff.
Of course, and it's very well said. And again, mods, feel free to drop that link all through the night. So everybody that's listening right now, if you're looking for it, it is in the description, and the mods right there with the little wrench by their name, they are dropping that link all night. So do what you can. If you can't afford it for whatever reason, please just share it on social media. Put the word out there. Share the link to the High Council. Let everybody know, because it's bigger than this is bigger than all of us, because we're trying to take back industries that mean something to us. And again, I know EVS doesn't like when I do this, but when you got someone like Ethan Van Sciver leading the Comics Gate movement right now, it speaks volumes, and we have to stand by him and support each other with these causes, and speak with your wallets. That's what we always say.
Save our culture. Save our culture. We can do this for comics. We can do this with Star Wars. We can do this with the MCU. I mean, just speak with your wallets. We don't do boycotts. We do boycotts. Something good happens, support it. Support the living hell out of it, and teach.
The site is sluggish, so it's taking time to load. So the servers are catching hell right now. So that's good. That's good. And look, sites aren't. I'm sorry, EVS. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sites like my site, for instance, every time I have a live stream with there's 1,500 people watching, and I tell people to bombard my site, I have people working on my site. I have multiple servers on my site, and it bogs my site and crashes my site every time. The sites typically, like, even what was it? Social Blade, when that whole James Charles thing was going crazy, I think they broke their record of having like 55,000 people on their site at one time. And you think Social Blade can't handle 55,000 people, but if you think about it, like, people usually don't spend, like, the bounce rate on my site's like 2-3 minutes. You know what I mean? People jump on there, read something, they bounce off. When you have thousands of people going to a site at once, it will strain the servers. It will crash it. So just be patient. If the site is struggling, understand that's because a lot of people are going over to it. That's a good sign. That's a positive sign. We're not dealing with an IGN, something like that. This is not some site that's going to have that type of infrastructure. So just, we broke the site. So the site is broken. Oh. But that's all right. That's normal. That's normal. So just give them time, and they will get things situated. So bookmark it for now. If you can't get to the site, bookmark it and go back to it later once the traffic has slowed down. But that right there shows the power of the High Council. I love it. I love it too.
That is awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you can't do it right now, I mean, make sure you do it later. Share that link out. Tell other people. If you are a content creator, make a video about this. Put that link out there. And again, I mean, how cool would it be? I mean, theoretically, we could make Vampirella #1 a top 10 book. Yeah. I mean, we could actually do that in this industry right now. So, awesome. That's the kind of thing that we can do. It depends on you guys. It depends on your support. And thank you so much.
Seriously, is everybody in this chat that's listening to this stream right now, are you not fucking proud to be part of something like that? Like, do you not feel the energy? It's fucking badass. Like, you're part of this. You're just as important to this as EVS, as I am, as Jeff is, you're all important to this. Like, give me some flex emojis to show Comics Gate is flexing its muscle right now. I want flex emojis to flood. And they will also be dedicated to EVS before the tornado hits him. So,
bye, Ethan. You'll be missed.
Just thank you. This is one last fitting tribute, I think, to me. And thank you guys for that. Appreciate it.
And there's the flex emojis now showing up, flooding us. I love seeing that. But yeah, man, that's good stuff. And we will revisit that here before we end the show tonight a little bit later, just so we can kind of get another bump, because obviously we know people tune in, tune out, because they'll revisit. This show will stay public. Screw the algorithm. That's kind of been my mindset lately. Just leave these public. It's not your guys' fault. You can't sit here for 2-3 hours every time we do a stream and you want to revisit it. I don't like making you jump through hoops to go find it. You know what I mean? It's aggravating. I get it. It's not your fault that YouTube screws channels that do this, but it is what it is. We're all doing well, and it is what it is. The stream will stay live. All the High Councils will stay live here on this channel. Other streams, those will be a case-by-case situation, but it is what it is. I know how much the High Council means to everybody that tunes in, so we're not going to make it you jump through hoops to find it. All right, so good stuff, EVS. Thank you. All right. Red Monarch says, it's time for the High Council. Cough, cop. Hail the fandom menace. Thank you, sir. Drunk 3PO, my buddy. Much love to the High Council. Thank you, sir. Richard Wetpuss. Wow, Jeremy actually showed up for the High Council. Oh, wait, it's because it's his channel. You mother effer. I don't know what EVS said last week, but I'm sure it was sarcastic. What did you say about me last week, EVS? What did you say?
I don't know. I'm just getting word right now that. Oh, okay. We'll talk about this later. Holy shit.
Message me and tell me. Message.
Oh
me
my
and Jeff.
God, dude. All right.
Message us. We can't talk about it on air.
I'm here. Well, no, we can't. I'm hearing about Vampy sales.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. Nice.
Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. This
Yes.
book could hit the top 10, and that would be uneffing believable. If you can buy more than one copy, buy more than one copy. It's
Well, you go ahead and I will commit to buying 25 copies tonight when the High Council ends.
oh,
Boom.
you're the best.
So 25 for Geeks and Gamers.
Oh,
Boom.
can you
And-
buy them online?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's the link that I gave you. You can just go into the Dynamite store, Dynamite Comic Store, and they have all of the books laid out, all of the special editions and everything. And you can actually do that. You can just, with a simple click, they'll send it to your house. So, do it.
Yeah, and everybody told me EVS was salty last week. I didn't get a chance to listen to the episode because
Why was I salty?
You're probably just being sarcastic. So, unlike EVS, I actually told them like 10 hours in advance. So he tells me 2 hours after the show's over. Hey, Jeremy, sorry. All right, the site's back. All right, crash that mofo again. Then go over there right now. At least somebody said the site's back up. So if the site's back up, strain those servers again. Get over there, buy it, share the link. This is awesome. So I'm excited. That we had an opportunity to make this happen tonight. Very, very excited. All right, Logan Michael, anti Funko Pops. NECA just revealed a Cobra Kai figure. Also, pops are gay. Yeah, I saw that. It looks really cool too. Makani Nani, hail the High Council. Jeff, I saw John Wick 3 over the weekend, and I learned that I will turn in all of my library books on time. That I can survive multiple knife wounds and never stand behind a horse unless you're Dion.
Oh, have you guys seen John Wick 3 yet?
I haven't.
I highly recommend it. I would rather watch that again than Avengers Endgame, and yeah, I mean that. So
really,
it kicked ass. I went back and rewatched John Wick 1 and 2. It might be my favorite of the three. Definitely, I like it more than Part 1.
I've heard really good things about it. I did go see Brightburn, and I got a chance to tell everybody how much I hate Man of Steel once again. That's really the main thing I did with that movie. It was like, yeah, this is better than Man. The fact that it's an evil Superman and it's still better than Man of Steel. And oh my God, the Snyder Bros are after me. Woo! Actually, it's not too bad though. I even saw people were like, "This is the nicest comment section I've ever seen for someone that disagreed so much with a creator on their channel." And I was like, "That's Geeks and Gamers. That's a fandom menace. Like we're all about disagreements and we know how to have conversations." So I mean, really, I've pissed a lot of people off with me constantly going after Man of Steel, and I know that. I knew it was going to happen, but that's the type of people we have following us, is where they don't need you to just repeat their opinion. We're okay having dialogue. We're okay having conversations. And that's what's beautiful about it. We don't always agree. We don't always see eye to eye. And at the end of the day, Man of Steel is a piece of shit, and that's okay. It's okay if you can like it. It's still a bad fucking movie. It's a bad Superman movie. It's a terrible Superman movie.
What
do you think, Jeff? What do you think of Man of Steel?
Underwhelming. You'd have to sit me down and make me watch Man of Steel, Superman Returns, and Quest for Peace before I could determine what would be the worst Superman movie. But I want to like Henry Cavill as Superman, and I like moments of that movie, but overall, just the DCEU up until Wonder Woman just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I hate Man of Steel, and I like Henry Cavill. By the way, yeah, Left Foot Media. If you guys really want to see how you make a response video to somebody you disagree with, go over to Left Foot Media, because he made a video directly about me and my video on Brightburn and Man of Steel, and that's how you do it. I've always liked Left Foot Media. We had a comments back and forth. I told him I respected his side of it, and that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. He clearly does not agree with anything I said. And he made a video about it, and it's cool. And Left Foot Media has been a supporter of ours for a while. So go over there, give his channel a subscription, and like the video that he made. And even if you don't agree with him, don't dislike the video. Like the video, support the guy. It was a good video. I appreciated it. So, yeah, Man of Steel. All right, I'm going to leave that one alone because we're trying to keep people happy. Go buy comics right now. So.
I hated Man of Steel. God, that was so depressing. What a miserable movie. What a miserable movie about the Man of Steel.
It is. I mean, and that's what I was saying about Brightburn. Like, obviously, Brightburn, like, it's about an evil Superman. I get it, all that. But there were so many nods to to Superman that makes you understand that they were respectful of what they were doing. They did a more respectful job of turning fucking Superman evil than Man of Steel did to try to honor Superman. It was terrible.
It was awful. Terrible. I don't disagree.
What do you got? What is this?
I got a couple packs of Star Wars Galaxy Topps premium cards from these are unopened from 1993.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, this is what I do. We get to
see this live? Oh, wow.
Yeah, opening these
this
up.
Is what you guys tune in for right here.
I don't know if these are any good.
EBS, do you still have the shirt on that you showed me before we went live?
Yeah. Hold on.
Show everybody.
Thanos was right, everyone. He was. All right.
What do we got here?
What is this anyway? So it's whoa! It's a Frazetta. It's a Stelfreeze. Why does Brian Stelfreeze sign his name like Frazetta? It's a nice Brian Stelfreeze Boba Fett.
Nice.
That's really nice. It's another Brian Stelfreeze Princess Leia.
Nice.
Very nice. These are all art cards.
Those are nice.
Who drew this? I don't know.
That one's really cool, though.
That is.
Yeah,
cool.
I like the art.
It's a Womp Rat.
Those are really nice. Those are from '93. You said?
Yeah, this is when Star Wars was still undiscreet.
Good.
Yeah. This is beautiful too. Walt Simonson. Walt Simonson is the guy who drew the cover to Cyberfrog #1 back in 1996. So here he is with a Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan card there. Bib Fortuna, the design of Star Wars. Okay, so some design cards. Very cool.
Where did you get this package from? Like, where did you pick it up?
A fan sent them to my PO box.
Nice.
And I think he thought that I wasn't going to open them because he put them in special protective card mailers and everything. Like, these are treasures. I'm like, I'm opening these on a live stream. If these were from 1953, I'd still open them. Of course, they couldn't be. Oh wow, look at that. That's beautiful.
That is awesome. Those are cool, man. These are great quality.
Yeah, and they really are good quality. This is Topps. Topps cards used to be. I don't know. They used to be so great. And in 1993, they were publishing comic books too. They were publishing Jurassic Park comics with Michael Golden covers.
Ooh,
they were just absolutely excellent.
I think they canceled the GoldenEye comic. They printed one issue and then canceled the other two. So that's like the lost James Bond book everybody wants.
Oh, really? Huh. This R2D2. Oh, what are these little creatures? Do you know? Does anybody know what these little creatures are?
Better than porgs?
Yeah,
way better than porgs.
I see it, but it's a little out of focus. We still see it though.
Rabbit-like creatures, but yeah, it doesn't really say. Another Walt Simonson. Oh, look at this. This is chromium. Look at this. I want cards like this. This is a Walt Simonson chromium Luke Skywalker card.
We're not going to see any of this type of stuff at Galaxy's Edge. So depressing.
This is the way it was in the 90s. This is what Cyberfrog is trying to bring back. Like, this card would be so expensive to produce, and I'm going to do it. I'm absolutely going to do this. Luke Skywalker sketch. And then, Jabba the Hutt. Look at this Jabba the Hutt design. Early Jabba the Hutt design. Nice. And then, of course, the Death Star. Very, very cool. Topps was great, man. By the way, don't get mad that behind me in my office, can you see behind Jabba the Hutt? There's an autographed.
It's very ugly.
Well, it's an autographed, Ryan Johnson and Rose Tico Last Jedi poster. It's autographed. I mean, if you're going to get a poster of The Last Jedi, it might as well be Rose Tico and Ryan Johnson. Like, if you saw Ryan Johnson and Rose Tico signing together, you would buy it.
Oh, man. Did you guys see? I was pretty proud of this one. I posted this to Twitter earlier. Let me see if I can find it. And I said this was Ryan Johnson destroying Star Wars. If I can find it. Let me do a screen share. I got to pause this really quick. All right, so basically, it's this dude at a baseball game, and he's building Star Wars. Okay, he's basically building Star Wars. That's George Lucas. Okay, and then all of a sudden, Ryan Johnson comes walking by, and boom, it's gone.
Okay.
It's all over.
Perfect metaphor.
Oh, you douchebag, Ryan Johnson. Oh my God! But I thought that was perfect when I saw that. I said, "This is Ryan Johnson destroying Star Wars." That's exactly what he did. He just walked by and he said, "F it, boom, done." All right, we have almost 1,500 people watching. Smash the melee button if you do not mind. Simple request from a simple man, and just give us a quick selling point on your comic Vampirella really quick. EVS, go for it so the new viewers know what's going on. Mods are gonna be dropping links. Give me a 30-second promo, EVS.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay, put him on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, might as well do this right. Why are you laughing? You think I'm going to do something silly? I'm not. I will not do anything silly. All right, so I am working right now. People don't know. I mean, people they go, "He's a YouTuber," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm a YouTuber, but you know, I'm also a part-time comic book artist." So this is what's on my desk right now. This is a Cyberfrog and Salamandroid Vampirella crossover cover that I'm working on. It's almost done. I'm going to finish this tonight. We're going to get it colored, and then this is going to be a super rare item that we are going to we're gonna put it on a Vampirella comic. So this will be like a Cyberfrog and Vampirella variant. And we're going to Indiegogo it. We're going to see if we can sell a bunch of these. And that is going to be happening, I think, this week. So Cyberfrog Blood Honey is done. It's on its way to being made into a comic book. Now we're going to be producing lots of other Cyberfrog product and merchandise before we get ready to launch Rainbow Brute. And in the meantime, what we were talking about before, Dynamite Comics, because of this cover that you just saw, Dynamite Comics is suffering abuse and harassment, a campaign from these SJWs like you wouldn't believe. I mean, if you go on Twitter, you will see that these people are demanding that Dynamite refuse to work with me, refuse to work with Christopher Priest, an incredible writer who is black, by the way. Because he would not say that there were more than two genders. So this guy, you know, however you feel, whatever you believe is fine, but this guy stood by his own beliefs and would not kneel before SJWs. And for that, SJWs want to punish Dynamite Comics. Don't let them do this. Don't let them punish Dynamite for publishing artists who stand by their beliefs. Don't let them punish Dynamite for supporting anti-SJWs. I mean, everybody should be supporting anti-SJWs. They're parasites. They're cancer. They destroy prosperity. They destroy fun. They destroy culture. We watched what they did to Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and we don't want it to have to happen to comics completely. We want comics to actually still be fun. So, because of Dynamite's incredible strength of will, we do want people to support their new comic offering, Vampirella #1. Now, Vampirella, this is not the cover that I just showed you. This is just their new book that they're launching, written by Christopher Priest, the man who would not kneel to SJWs. Buy a copy of that. The link is in the description below. I think it's only like $4, and you can just go buy that. They'll send it to you. It comes out in July. And thank you so much. I mean, support people who do not kneel, who stand up for themselves, who stand up to SJWs. Save the culture. You know, save culture from these monsters.
Do you notice that? I told EVS 30-second. Give me a 30-second promo. He gave me a 3-minute promo. He didn't listen.
I can't shut up.
Jeff, I shouldn't have used wrestling lingo with him. That was my mistake.
Yeah.
Jeff would have understood 30-second promo. Go. Boom.
Oh, I did.
Did you see that thing I tagged you on Twitter the other day? Hell in a Cell.
Oh, I did. That's
so goddamn good.
Dude, you got to go out of your way to see the AEW pay-per-view.
I will. All right, we won't talk about that here. We can talk about that off air because everybody's gonna be shut the fuck up. You know how it goes. Now, I want to remind everybody. if you are fed up with the nonsense going on in the entertainment industry, if you're fed up with your entertainment being taken from you, if you're fed up by being called racist, sexist, and misogynistic just for having an opinion, don't be afraid to speak up. Do not be afraid. 2 years ago, my ass was working a dead-end retail job, and I didn't have a YouTube channel worth of shit. Now, because I decided to speak out about the things that were frustrating me, I'm sitting here with Ethan Van Sciver and Jeff Hicks on the High Council. Why did this happen? It's because I made a decision to speak up. I was a fucking nobody, okay? And now here I am, lucky enough to sit on this High Council panel. Do what you think is right. Speak up. Don't be scared. You have people that will support you. I had that same fear. I was worried when I spoke out. I didn't know how much support I was going to get, and it led me to where I'm at now. So do not sit. This is not a time to sit on the fence. This is not a time to stand around and go, yo, I'm frustrated, but I'm not going to speak up. Fucking speak up, because so many people will support you. We're seeing that all over the place right now. So just do it. Don't be worried about any of the consequences, because there are so many people out there that will support you. I guarantee it. All right. Where are we at? Admiral Tiberius. Hail to the highest of councils, the big three, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades of pop culture. Love what you all do. Keep firing on all cylinders, gentlemen.
Do I get to be Hades?
Sure. I'm going to base it off God of War. So,
I was based off that shitty Disney movie Hercules, but whatever.
The Fandom Menace, great channel. My favorite YouTube show. Make sure you check out the channel for highlights. Thanks for what you guys do. Thank you to the Fandom Menace. Great uploads. You're doing really good, uploads and clips from all different, live streams and shows that we do. So thank you so much for that. Miles Kinslow says, hey guys, thanks for leading me down. Thanks for leading me to downvote that abortion of a trailer Batwoman. Does anybody like money anymore?
Yeah.
God damn it. Jeff, I haven't talked to you about this. Did you really? Because I know you've been busy. So have you seen that trailer? Have we talked about that?
I made a video about it. Nobody wanted to hear me talk about Batwoman, so then I made a Star Wars video about J.J. Abrams. Got 250,000 views in a day. So
your Batwoman trailer didn't do good?
No, nobody gives a shit about the Batwoman thing, I guess.
All mine are doing great, but yet my Star Wars videos really aren't doing great. Everything but Star Wars is doing good for me, and so you're saying your Star Wars videos are killing it. So
yeah, that's why part 2 of my trilogy comes out tomorrow, because people are like, oh, I want to watch that. So, okay, listen to me talk about that. I think the Batwoman trailer was garbage. I know we were going live with that Bounding Into Comics live stream we did as the trailer dropped, but I thought about it for a while, and it is just terrible. Like, I can't come up with a better description. It's complete trash.
It's
these
bad.
CW shows do cater to a certain audience, and that's great, but this seems to be like, I don't want to call it lowest common denominator, because I don't even think it's good enough for that. It's something else, and it's going to be interesting to see if this gets an entire season. This trailer just felt like it was they're like, oh, it's Batwoman. Yeah, but it seems like just one episode arc. And after they get through the whole gimmick of whatever she is, where does the story go from there? Because you're trying to differentiate yourself from Batman, but all you want to do is take from Batman. So what is this show's identity? What is this show's identity?
Yeah, I'm completely blown away by the stupidity of it. I think what happened with me is because I think I reacted to that trailer pretty soon, and my trailer reaction did great, and I think that helped me in the algorithm, because I've made a couple of videos since, and they've just really been doing well. Every time I talk about Batwoman, it does well. So I guess I just got caught up in the algorithm, because my trailer reaction to that thing, I like 320,000 views, so it did really well. And I give credit to all of you for telling me, because I'm sitting there doing yard work, and my phone just starts blowing up. People like, or what it was, I just uploaded a video, and the first like 10 comments were like, react to this garbage Batwoman trailer. I'm like, oh my God, so they didn't even care what my upload was. They were like, react to the Batwoman trailer. So it's like, all right, fine, I'll stop. Came in there, reacted to it, and did really well, but it's unbelievably terrible. But Miles, we are happy that we led you down that rabbit hole to downvote it. I did take credit for every single downvote, because when I talked about the fact that it was at 334,000 downvotes, my reaction was at 324,000 views. So I personally took credit for 324,000 of those downvotes, because that's how the SJWs, that's their logic. Oh, he made them all go downvoted. He made them all go downvoted. So I took credit for all of it. Except for the 10,000. So there's 10,000 of you that were slacking. I'm not happy about it. I'm a little emotional, and I'm going to work through it. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. All right, Congo Red Jr. Is this all plot hatched by supervillain Teddy Spaghetti as an act of revenge against Ethan for his humiliating defeat years back? I don't know what the hell this is about. So.
You know, the Teddy Spaghetti thing. Well, a couple of YouTubers decided, I guess they found that Vox Day used to do some sort of cooking show. I don't know. I have no idea what this is about. So Vox Day's real name is Theodore Beale. So they started calling him Teddy Spaghetti, and it really bothers him. And I mean, to me, he's Teddy Spaghetti now. I agree.
All right, Jedi Master 677. Hey, bro. Hey, boys. I wonder, have you ever taken a crack at the EU? Since your disdain with present Star Wars, I also look forward to your email response, Jeremy. One love. Well, thank you. Yeah, I've dabbled in the EU a little bit. I've listened to a few audiobooks within the EU, and I'm currently playing through Knights of the Old Republic right now. But I'm definitely not as knowledgeable as a lot of you are out there. But I'm working on it. The problem is time is not my friend, and I have so many projects I'm working on with Sports Wars, geeksandgamers.com, the YouTube channel. Plus, we're developing a brand new YouTube channel, and we have the Gaming with Geeks aspect. Even though people say we don't play video games at Geeks and Gamers, we do. And there's just a lot of moving parts. So I'm trying to work in that time when I can. You guys, neither one of you really got too deep into the EU, correct?
I just bought a couple EU books over the weekend, so I'm trying. But one thing, I don't have interest in like all this Jedi stuff. If I'm going to read EU books, it's probably going to be like, what happened after Return of the Jedi, or how many wars did they get into? So be prepared when I do talk about it. I'm not going to be getting into like the hyperdrive or whatever it's called, and all this like thousands of years before the original Star Wars. My wheelhouse is the classic stuff. So I'll read what expands upon that and get back with you guys.
Gotcha. Atura 77 Geeks Plus Gamers. That's right. It's Geeks Plus Gamers, everybody, according to Jack Saint. So listen to him. Clearly knows. Takes things literally. Did you catch that EVS when he made that video where he was like Geeks Plus Gamers?
Yeah.
It's like, so real quick, if people have asked me about that, they're like, why don't you have and or the symbol? When I created Geeks and Gamers, I could not afford geeksandgamers.com. The domain was way too pricey for me. So I had geeksgamers.com because that was the only one available. So when I made t-shirts when we were doing video game tournaments, I didn't want it to say Geeks and Gamers because that would be the normal reaction for people to go to the website to geeksandgamers.com. So I didn't want and to be in there. So I put the plus because the plus gave it some personality too. So if you write Geeks and Gamers out, it doesn't have a lot of personality. It looks kind of generic. But if you put that plus in there, it actually gives it some personality. So then after the fact, I bought geeksandgamers.com years later when I could afford it. And I never wanted to change it because I thought it looked good. And I still do. And so that's what it's at. But if Jack Saint thinks it's Geeks Plus Gamers, that's okay, Jack. It's okay, little guy. You'll get there one day. All right. Richard West was Lando Bangs is my new YouTube name. What?
Lando Bangs.
Lando Bangs.
All right.
All right. Right on. Michael Montgomery, hail to the Fandom Menace. What do you guys make of the rumors about lightsabers being done away after episode 9?
Dumb.
That's real stupid.
The only thing I heard, I think Star Wars Theory uploaded a video on that, but is there any other sources on that, or was that just a theory of his? Have you guys heard about it?
I've heard about it. I'm going to talk about it in the finale of our Star Wars Trilogy Bullshit Edition. But why would you? First of all,
hang on. That is a great name. Star Wars Trilogy Bullshit Edition. Is that also kind of like symbolic of the sequel trilogy?
That's what I'm doing a trilogy of videos on the sequel trilogy because you guys saw that Vanity Fair article, right? That came out?
Yeah.
That thing was more than just pictures. I wish more people read it. I'm not trying to get you to go to Vanity Fair. Go to Bounding Into Comics. He covers it too. But my point is that article explains to you exactly why Star Wars from Disney is garbage. And you go watch my video and check that out. But it has so many in-depth things and so many like direct quotes from Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams that not exposed, but describe why it's so bad that I had to make 3 separate videos about it. So part 1's on JJ, 2's Kathleen, and 3's the movie. And 3, there's all this stuff that I'm hearing about. And if that thing is to be true, you're cutting yourself off from revenue from lightsaber toys. People want to fantasize about being a damn Jedi. Give them what they want. Don't cut that out. That's going to kill Star Wars if they do something stupid like that.
Man, I did not I did a reaction to it, and I mainly was just focusing on the pictures. But I did hear about some of the stuff. I believe Data Racer posted some stuff on Twitter about the details of that article, and once I saw that, I was like, I really don't want to go back. I really don't want to go back and read it. So anyway, I gotta say, we're over 1,500 viewers. I am pumped up tonight. I'm feeling good. We're finally back. We've got everything. Like, we've all been busy lately. We've all had things going on. A couple of us have missed shows here and there. Jeff's the only loser that actually showed up to every show.
I know, right?
But I'm really happy to be back. I feel like we're firing on all cylinders. I love the fact.
Hell yeah.
I love the fact that we crashed the site. I'm not happy that people can't buy it because the site crashed, but it's a symbolic thing to show how much support we have for the Fandom Menace, for the High Council, for Comicsgate, for Geeks and Gamers, and I'm fucking happy, and I'm just hyped to be here tonight. So thank you to everyone joining. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. And Renee Navarez says, yo, what's up, you guys? Hope everything is good. I've been saying that this Godzilla is going to be the movie of the year, not going to be in-game by money, but out of love and respected by people. I am looking. I don't know if it's one person that has spammed me or if it's been a few people, but I've gotten a lot of requests to talk about Godzilla King of Monsters. Now, I am looking forward to this big time. I love the cast, the trailers. The big problem with me, and this is not anything about the movie, but when I saw Endgame, they did in IMAX, they did like a special feature of Godzilla King of Monsters. Did you guys get this, or Jeff? Did you get it when you went?
No, I didn't. I've only seen the basic trailers.
It's like an extended, because I've seen Endgame twice now, and so it's like an extended, look at the movie, and I hate when they do that. I hate it because I'm like, I don't need to see this. I don't. I was happy with the 2 trailers we've gotten, and I've seen too much because the first time I didn't watch it. I just kind of put my head down. The second time, man, I was like, I really want to see this so bad, and I watched it, and it looks amazing. I have heard that some of the critics that have seen, now again, this is me just hearsay off Twitter. The critics are upset because there's too much focus on the monsters and there's not enough human element. On surface, that's not a problem for me. Now, I have criticized the second Planet of the Apes movie because I felt like the apes aspect was perfection and the human element was lacking in that movie. But with the actors involved with Godzilla King of Monsters, with that cast, I just think this movie looks fantastic, and it's going to be potentially one of the movies of the year from the fan perspective. So are you guys interested in this one at all?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, it looks
Godzilla, dude.
I know, it looks so goddamn good. I mean,
and the funny thing is, all these critics want to blast, oh, there's too much monster fighting. Everybody bitched in 2014. Oh, Godzilla is all about the people. Where's Godzilla? So you know what? Warner Brothers listens to the fans, you people out there that said, we want this, and they give it to you. And it just goes to show you these people on Rotten Tomatoes are useless. Rotten Tomatoes is useless. Ignore them. And if they're trying to censor you, that's a problem. But their opinions don't really reflect you guys in the first place. Maybe Godzilla is a thing that people are, going to go out and see and be blown away. We just need some spectacle. We need some fun. I don't need to be lectured at by Millie Bobby Brown. Like, what does that kid know that I don't?
Yep. I'm so happy about this. And by the way, Thomas, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. You've supported me and Geeks and Gamers forever. So I'm really appreciative of that. EVS, what are your thoughts on Godzilla King of Monsters?
Yeah, I think that it's a dream come true. I'm hoping that Godzilla versus King Kong follows up. I love all this stuff. And one of the cool things about being a comic book artist is the opportunity to take things that were kind of silly or done, they're for kids. Those Godzilla movies were for kids. And then take them super seriously, try to do a really, really faithful, real world representation of what that would look like. This movie looks absolutely incredible. I'm all over it. Now, I'm getting some people who are sending me things saying, hey, there's going to be some SJW content in Godzilla King of Monsters. Well, be that as it may, it still looks amazing. I will go and I will keep my eyes and ears open. But man, it just looks like so much fun. Looks like so much fun. We need more stuff like that.
Yes. Gary, why the hell are you a member? Damn it, Gary. Gary, by the way, Gary and everybody, Gary from Nerdrotic, who's about to cross 100,000 subs, okay? And Gary heard me talking about this because people are like,
Jeremy just goes after whatever the topics are. Bah, 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 bah.
well, I go after the topics I know. So if I know something about the fucking trending topic, I'm going to fucking talk about it. All right. And if I don't, I don't. So like the Orville, for instance, is something that from our website analytics, the Orville, we rank so high for the Orville. We rank on the first page of Google for our Orville reviews. My editor-in-chief does them. So I know that that's a really good topic. I've never covered the Orville on this channel because I know nothing about it. So Gary, in his awesomeness, has offered to do an Orville video here for Geeks and Gamers. So shout out to Gary for that. And yeah, he's closing in on 100,000 subs. So is Anna, that Star Wars girl. So many people are being so successful in the Fandom Menace, and I'm so proud of everybody. So I am so proud of this community. I am so proud. I am so proud.
What does it mean to be a member? How do you be a member?
It's kind of like YouTube's Patreon deal. Like you can pay money. There's like tiers. I think we only have a few members, but now that people are actually becoming members, I'm gonna have to actually like do some work and go in there and add tiers and stuff. I've really never looked into it. Josiah, if you're listening, buddy, we got to get on that. So you need to call me tomorrow because we've got multiple members now. But yeah, it's kind of like YouTube's quote unquote Patreon.
Send me the link to that because I got people that want to support, but they're like Patreons, whatever. So I'll give them another option.
Yakasuko says Jeremy always misreading his channel name, Geeks Plus Gamers. You got me. You got me. But yeah, so yeah, that member option. That's I've never looked too deep into it, but now that we're getting a few people, I need to start paying attention to it. So thank you to everybody for supporting the channel. Do you have the join option for your channel available, EVS? Like, go into your settings and see if you even have that.
Well, I'll look into it. I'll ask for your help a little bit later and just,
okay.
You know.
All right, sounds good. Commander Cody 17 says Brie Larson looks like a Band-Aid. Screw Disney. God damn.
That is nice.
A Band-Aid. That is fantastic. Dimogenai. What's up, Dimogenai? Pleasure to meet you in Chicago, sir. I never liked Disney. And he says Dizzznee. I had a bad feeling they would screw Star Wars up. They proved my fears correct 1,000-fold. Anyway, subscribe to Dimogenai. Thank you. Dimogenai is good people. You guys, Dimogenai. Let's see. Logan Michael, anti-Funko Pops. Say pops are gay in your geek girl diva voice. EVS.
What am I supposed to say?
Funko
Pops are gay?
Yeah, pops are gay in your geek girl diva voice.
Funko Pops, part of the problem. Funko Pops are gay, okay? They're just gay.
Hey, Fandom Menace channel, can you isolate that so I can make that my ringtone?
Oh, God. Oh, boy. That's good stuff right there. Holy hell. All right. Comanche Viper says, I love Deadwood. I have the entire series. You got another fan in the Fandom Menace, EVS. You have support.
Oh, awesome. I love it. Thank you.
Immortal Coil. Jeff, can you talk about Stephen Walton's project? I mean, I can talk about it too. So, Jeff, are you familiar with Stephen Walton and the Fandom Minister project?
Yeah, I was on. So, was it Black Angus Reviews had a birthday stream / 1,000 subscriber special, and he's like, "Can you be on it?" And he asked me like months ago, and I wrote the date down. I was like, "Sure." So I went over to that. You guys can check it out on his channel. And author Stephen Walton was on there, and he explained how he's writing a book on the Fandom Menace. And I need to get back, check our email because he, wants me to be not, write anything, but he wants to do a chapter on us and stuff, and I want to be involved. So Jeremy, you tell him a little more because he probably followed up with.
Hang on. I just saw we lost a ton of viewers. I'm seeing people say that it lagged. Hit refresh and come back if that's what happened. Because
I thought you were going to tell me Mr. Medicare went live or some shit. I was like, that happens.
Yeah, that happens. So people are just refresh if you're having that issue. It happens all the time. So that's what happened. All right. Sorry about that, Jeff. What were you finishing up there, though?
I was just saying, but you probably have more knowledge about it. I want to be involved. If Stephen Walton's listening, I just am late to the email. I'm sorry, man. But tell the listeners more.
Yeah, so Steven's definitely listening. He always listens. So I don't think Steven's talked about this publicly, and it's fine. I think he's doing it out of respect for me. But Steven and I have talked in depth on the phone about about another project too, that he and I are discussing between he and I. But yeah, I mean, Steven's a real deal. He's a good dude. He's uploaded some really cool videos to his channel, and he's very passionate about this. He's passionate about the fandom, and is passionate about Geeks and Gamers, passionate about everything that's going on and how we are taking back our media. So I'm excited about this project. Steven, I know you know how hard I am to you message me a lot, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. So stay on me, and I will definitely talk to you more about this particular project, and we need to talk more about the other project we're talking about. But yeah, I like Steven a lot. He's a real good dude, and I think this is a really good project, and he's doing it because he saw some negativity out there about people misrepresenting the Fandom Menace. And just like I just got done saying earlier, take some initiative, take a chance. Steven stayed on me. He pretty much spammed the living hell out of me until I responded, which is totally fine. I really don't mind, as long as you don't get mad that I don't respond. I mean, you just got to try. I don't mind at all. But I like Steven, and I like what he's doing, and I'm really excited about this. So totally good stuff. All right. So where did I leave off? Kermit the Log. Jeremy, my channel is amazing. I was Delish Dick. Oh, you were Delish Dick. I remember that account. You remember that account, EVS, don't you?
Yeah, I do. That guy was awesome.
Yeah, so good stuff. Mr. V, hey guys, there's a leaked Rambo 5 teaser on YouTube.
And it was awesome.
I've heard about it, but I have not seen it yet. Is it awesome?
Yeah, I was gonna go see that movie no matter what, because after Rambo 4, I was like, Stallone's got it still. And then you see the videos of him getting in shape for the movie, so he cares about that aspect. And then the trailer came out, and I'm excited. It doesn't look like it's gonna be. I remember a couple years ago when we had all those action movies that were real, just like PG-13 oriented. They couldn't do violence. It was like Die Hard 4. And they had to release that alternate cut that had some violence and some cussing. Like Rambo 4 was the goriest movie I've ever seen that's not a horror flick. And I think we're going to get more of that based on the trailer. And I want more. If you're Hollywood, if you're going to milk old franchises, do them right. Like, don't take it like you did Star Wars. Yeah, Cobra Kai. That's the perfect example. Don't take it and make it into something it's not meant to be because, the woman in charge sucks. Get something good.
And EBS, I saw you. I didn't want to spoil it, but I saw you finally got your wish on what was it, episode 6 is when it happens on episode 2 or
yeah.
No, is it 6 or 7?
It was. I think it was episode 6 of Cobra Kai season 2 when you get the.
I don't want to be that spoilers guy. Like Anna's that spoilers girl. I don't want to be that spoilers guy.
Well, don't be that spoilers guy. But I will say this: Elizabeth Shue.
She came back.
She's coming back. She was asked recently on the set of a movie if she is coming back for Cobra Kai season 3, and she kind of like coyly said, "Well, I've been watching it. It looks like fun, so And anyone who saw the last episode of season 2 knows that there's kind of. Well, the door is open for that. So if Ali comes back to Cobra Kai with Cobra Kai season 3, God, there's so much potential there. She could disrupt Ralph Macchio's marriage, Daniel's marriage, and well, I was going to say Johnny's relationship, but that's not really. Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Is it wrong that I want to see Daniel's son fall?
I hate him, dude.
He's the villain to me.
I am Team Johnny. I am Team Johnny all through Cobra Kai because Daniel is he's so passive aggressive. He has everything that he wants. He's got a perfect little life, and Johnny's down, but he's an underdog. Dick. And he's a dick. Yeah, for when he started offering his karate lessons for free, it was so spiteful. And I want him to fail. He's an a-hole.
Cobra Kai to me is the definitive way that you retell or kind of extend a franchise that's been on a long hiatus. It's it is like season 1 to me is perfect, and season 2 is it's not a negative to say it's not perfect, but it's damn near perfect. Like it's so goddamn good, I like
season 2 better than season 1.
Really? Did you?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna, and I can't argue with that because they're both fantastic. I think there was something special about season 1 for me. It's kind of like when I talk about the Arkham games, like Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight. Everybody kind of likes Arkham City. Everybody likes Arkham City more, but I prefer Arkham Asylum just because it was my introduction into that amazing gaming world with Batman. But yeah, so Cobra Kai, when I people were just spamming me about Cobra Kai when it came out, and I'm like, what the fuck why would I want to see the Karate Kid 30 years later from a YouTube series? Are you kidding me? This sounds terrible. You know what I mean? This sounds desperate. And people are like, if you're upset about The Last Jedi, you have to watch Cobra Kai. You will love it. And I can't believe how much I fell in love with that show from pretty much the moment I started watching it. That first season is just perfection in my eyes. But yeah, season 2 is just as good. I mean,
It's way better, Jeremy. It's way better. You finally get the fight that you're looking for between the two main guys. But also that last episode was brutal. It's High School Musical, but it's the most beautiful choreographed fight scene. Brutal violence between teenagers in high school of all ages, of all types, and then with a twist ending that I did not see coming. I didn't think they'd ever be that brutal.
I know. By the way, Marcus says John Campea hates it. Are you serious? Please, somebody tell me John Campea hates season 2. Please tell me this. Please tell me he got offended by the futurist female T-shirt. I bet that offended him.
This is the whole thing about Cobra Kai, and this is what it shows. I mean, I love the fact that it's on YouTube. It's so symbolic of what's going on with the mainstream. The mainstream is so unimaginative, so dull, so stupid that there's no possible way that they would have seen this as the golden opportunity it was. This show should be on Fox. It should be on NBC. It should be on something. But they're so stupid. And really, it's up to people who have imagination and drive and desire. The only way Cobra Kai would even exist is if people with a creative drive and passion forced it to exist. And that's what YouTube has always been. And for Cobra Kai to be on YouTube, the same platform that we're speaking on right now, makes me proud of YouTube and proud of them. And that's why you see these people. I mean, this show is so anti-PC. It strikes hard at SJWs and call out culture and cancel culture, and just the feminization of boys' properties that I rail on about all the time. It strikes right at the heart of that. So witty, so clever. God, it really is. It is worthwhile, and it's actually made me go. I didn't realize I liked Karate Kid this much. And right now they've brought back every single character who's still alive, from the first movie. Wouldn't it be interesting now to move on into the different characters from Karate Kid 2 and Karate Kid 3 and see what they're up to? Remember that weird billionaire guy? Super evil billionaire from Karate Kid 3 with the ponytail? Yeah, where's he at? Bring all these people back. It's just...
It is. It's the definitive way to reestablish something. And just think about this. Think about if the care and the respect went into Star Wars that went into Cobra Kai. Think about that. Think about how amazing Star Wars would be right now if they would have done that. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But whatever. It makes us appreciate these types of things more when we see Star Wars going through this garbage. But anyway, all right. Jonathan Hurst, just some change for the tip jar. Jeremy, thanks. No, thank you. Kermit the Log, Dynamite Comics, #frog. Sheriff of Nottingham, speaking of Vampirella, EVS, did you know Louis Small Jr.? Is he still around? Love his art.
Louis Small Jr. Was a Vampirella artist of the 90s, and he would just do he did incredible. He put the camera. Here's the thing about drawing sexy women: it's all about where you put the camera. And I mean, he put the camera right where you want to be when it comes to beautiful women. I don't know if he's still around. I don't know. I remember his art, and I thought he was pretty good. But I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
Okay. Isaac Clark, EVS, do you think any YouTube comic book critics readers will cover Cyberfrog or Jawbreakers when they come out?
Yeah, I think everyone will. I expect Cyberfrog to be widely reviewed when it comes out. They didn't do it so much with Jawbreakers. I don't think it got as many reviews as maybe it should have. It got some enthusiastic applause from people who you'd expect it, would review it. I think Cyberfrog will be. First of all, I think it's really good, but I think it's going to be reviled by SJWs, and I think it's going to be torn to shreds by some of these review sites. I think so. I expect these people to act like monsters. So that's what I'm expecting. And yeah, it is the most it is the most awaited, anticipated comic book of the year, without question. Without question.
And that's awesome. Happy to be part of this. Red Monarch says, I've been looking for a new company to support. Dynamite, here we come. That's what's up. The Geek Talk Society. Hail Cyberfrog. Hope you guys are all good. Thank you, the Geek Talk Society. Glenn Sir says, how about tonight's super chats going towards Vampirella? Well, there's going to be a lot of them. And depending on, we'll see what happens. But I said 25. Might up at the 50. We'll see. Alex says, hope everyone is having a good day. And what is everyone's favorite Star Wars film? My favorite is Return of the Jedi. Perfect ending, in my opinion. I have the VHS. Well, thank you, Alex. And that's a damn good profile picture you got there, Alex. Who's that guy standing next to you? Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I got to go back to being humble. Anyway, all right. But it was nice meeting you at Star Wars Celebration. My favorite is Empire Strikes Back.
You know what? Like, think about this. Like, I don't know if this is just me. Can you guys think about the first 3 movies, you know, and the original trilogy, and then think about what color they are? And does that mean anything to you? Like, if I said, what color is Return of the Jedi? Would you be able to tell me?
I mean, I always have green.
Yeah. I was going to say that. Empire's blue.
Empire's blue. No. What is it?
I would
or
say
is
blue.
the New Hope blue?
Blue. I always associate blue with Empire.
I guess,
Empire to
too,
me
because
is red.
of that stupid filter they put on the Blu-ray where they actually turned it blue. So maybe that's where I'm psychologically going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think of Return of the Jedi. Now, green, of course, also because of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
Yeah, that and Endor.
Yeah, and Endor, and yeah, I mean that's it. Just all strikes you as green. Jabba the Hutt, you know. So yeah, it's interesting. I love Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite movie.
And mine's A New Hope. So the whole original trilogy is equally represented on the High Council.
That's very nice. That's very nice. So thank you, Alex, for that question. And Johnny the Whiskish, Jeremy, remember the friend I told you who likes Captain Marvel? I saw the scene with the biker. It makes me mad. How can he like this so-called hero? Yeah, I mean, look, man, you people have their right to like this stuff. I have not seen the entire movie, so you saw it, right, Jeff?
Yeah, opening night.
So this scene with the biker. Was this scene in the movie in a different format or a different edit or something?
The biker's in the movie, I think, and says something about a scuba suit, and then goes into a store, and then I think the next thing you see is her wearing a shitty 9 Inch Nails shirt and riding off on his motorcycle, which makes no sense. Like, in the movie, she disappears from Earth in like 1989, but she's into all this like 90s shit. It's like, well, you haven't been on Earth in years. So to me, a lot like, okay, so now my criticism of Endgame was like certain things felt cut out and there's like odd little jumps in the movie. Mm-hmm. That's how this movie felt. Like there are just certain little things I feel they took out, like this scene. And I don't know, what's there isn't a much better story in the first place, but I'm not following this drama. I know people are really pissed off about her character.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know if I'll ever, I mean, again, I have no interest to watch the movie. I mean, I said that about Solo, and I ended up watching Solo just because somebody sent me a copy of it, and I felt kind of obligated. And Solo is the type of movie it's the worst type of movie because it's not bad enough to make me mad, and it's not good enough for me to remember. It's just an unforgettable movie. I don't even think about it. Every time people want me to list my movies, I'm angry enough to list The Last Jedi. You know what I mean? Because I hate it. But I never think about Solo. Like it doesn't really pull any emotions out of me. It's just so forgettable and boring. So I don't know if I'll ever watch Captain Marvel.
Do you think our listeners would actually spend money on Captain? You know what? I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Because they send me Rose Tico Funko Pops and shit. So yeah,
I get lots of Captain Marvel stuff in my P.O. box. Lots of it. And I resent all of it. And it makes me think that my fans hate me. And I don't get it. Somebody sent me a Captain Marvel baseball cap. I'm like, I'm never wearing this. Can you imagine wearing a Captain Marvel baseball cap? I'm never wearing this.
Can you imagine wearing the Captain Marvel men's boxers that people are posting on my Facebook page?
to see John Campea in that Captain Marvel dress. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It fits him.
Yeah. But I think I am going to watch the movie. It is available. I don't have to leave the house. I can just rent it on iTunes. And I guess I got to make a video about it. So I'm going to do it. Now, I thoroughly hate Captain Marvel. I really hate Brie Larson with a passion. And I sat there and I watched the video that Effeminate Englishman made about you. And talking about how Captain Marvel is I don't know, what did he say? He said it wasn't as bad as people said. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson is an incredibly obnoxious human being, and it's hard for me to sit there and watch somebody go through the reasons why Brie Larson is not an incredibly obnoxious human being. I find that to be gaslighting. Everyone experiences Brie Larson the same kind of way. The people who do not like her find her to be smarmy, smug, superior, and yet bland, offensively bland. They find the things that she says to be, kind of super activist, talking about her power, the power that she's inherited because she played a superhero that she didn't even she didn't know existed when she took the job. When she was offered the job playing Captain Marvel, she said, "Isn't he a man?" I mean, she thought that it was referring to Shazam. In any case, I really find her just to be like chewing tinfoil when I'm watching her. So, I watched that video that got 45 minutes of this guy explaining why you were wrong to dislike Brie Larson, Captain Marvel so much that you made 100 videos about her. 100's a bit much, Jeremy. We're
probably up to about 150 now, so we're pushing towards 200, and I don't give one single fuck.
You don't run out of things to say about her. I mean, every time she does something, it's her taking that picture on the day that Stan Lee died. And tweeting that out. She's a horrible person. And fuck anybody who thinks that she's not. Showing off her little outfit, her weirdo gear, sucking on a margarita with sunglasses and going, "I just heard that Stan Lee died. What a bummer." Screw you. What a horrible, horrible person. What a harpy. What a terribly soulless, conceited, arrogant human being. Jeremy, I'm on your side. Believe it or not, I thought that guy's video was stupid, and people who defend Brie Larson are aggressive, absolutely aggressively obnoxious human beings, like she is. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, my stance on it is keep making videos about me. Another channel made a video, smaller channel made a video about me. I'm not going to name them. I tweeted about it, but they're not important enough for me to make a video or mention them here on the High Council. But they called me a racist, a sexist. They said I hate gay people. Just the whole song and dance. They were reacting to my reaction to the Vanity Fair article. And I just commented, and I said, keep making videos about me. And I put a heart. That's it. All of the people that watch his channel started commenting and say, keep attacking smaller channels, geeks and gamers. I'm like, I fucking said keep making videos about me. You think that's an attack? This dude just called me a racist and a sexist and said I hate gay people. And I commented sarcastically and said, keep making videos about me. And I'm attacking? If that's not SJW logic, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Like, throw the punch, throw the accusations at people. And then when the person just responds with a bit of sarcasm, oh, we're the victims now. We're the victims. It's unbelievable. But again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. The day people stop talking about us is the day we don't matter. So keep talking about us. Keep making videos, because I'll sound like a broken record. When I had 800 subs, nobody was making videos about me. None. So keep making them. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. And if you can respond in a respectable manner, like somebody like Left Foot Media, who's actually a friend of the channel. I'm friendly with him, and he's also like completely on our side of everything. We just simply disagreed on Man of Steel, so he made a respectable response to me, and I commented respectfully and said, "Hey, man, I appreciate that." That's it. I don't know why that's so hard for these people, but it is, and we'll keep making money off of them. King of Sharks, EVS, enjoy the tornado. I had one go over the overpass I was under earlier, so I know the joy. How's the weather there?
I don't know. I'm in my basement. It's pitch black outside. I feel safe, but that's when death strikes. Right when you feel safe.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah.
So, Taurus Crimson. God damn it! I can't have to read this fucking super chat. Taurus Crimson says, Jeremy, I know you've asked me to be gay with you, but I'm not sure you can grow a respectable beard. Where are we on the ball tickler? What the fuck?
What?
These people.
Oh, shit. All right, moving on. Mega Jetty 1. Let's see. Love the Jurassic. Is that Jurassic World 3? Love Jurassic World 3, but prefer 1. See my Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review. That's over on Mega Jetty 1's channel. TLJ Screwjob. Left Foot Media did a video to you on Brightburn, Jeremy. Yes, discussed it a few times. Good channel, good guy. So don't think that's a negative thing, because he's a good guy, and it was a friendly disagreement, and I totally appreciated it. So Darth Jeremy, Lord of the Sith, all people who liked Man of Steel have to live on Alderaan, if you catch my meaning.
Oh shit.
God damn.
Oh, wow.
Savage. I didn't say that. I was just reading a super chat. Modalicious says hashtag to the High Council. Thank you. Richard Zavala, hey Jeremy, I sent you another Predator. Thank you. Man, I'm so bad about advertising. I don't advertise my P.O. box like I should. I don't advertise the merchandise on the website like I should. I don't when I make videos, I just turn the camera on and I talk. So I don't plan anything out. I don't take notes. But I am working with a company to design me some graphics that I can just put some graphics before and after my videos, because I just don't like plugging and advertising. But if I can get something that I can place in front of the video and after it, that's going to help, because the merchandise on the site, unless I mention it, our merchandise doesn't do anything. So please go to geeksandgamers.com and check out our merch store. I have a team of people that are they specifically, the profits from the merch, they get paid from that. So please go over there if you're interested in a hat, a hoodie, a t-shirt, a beanie, hoodies, anything. Please go over to geeksandgamers.com/store and check out some merch. Support the brand, support my team, because again, that money goes right back into the brand and into my team, and my team deserves to make money. I've given them a deal where I was like, you guys handle it, you make the money from it. I don't get anything from that. So anyway, geeksandgamers.com/store. Thank you so much. I'm terrible about promoting, and I need to do a better job of that. Same with my P.O. box. I don't even know it off the top of my head, so I can't even give it to you.
That's
terrible. Ben Parker, show me y'all got around to it. I refer to a stylized disc with a logo on one side and a to it on the other side. All right, hang on. Show me y'all got around to it. I refer to a stylized disc with a logo on one side and a to it on the other. Am I missing something?
I can't make heads or tails of that.
I'll just say, Ben Parker, thanks for the stuff you sent to the P.O. box. I'll open it on the next video.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just missing something there. But TLJ Screwjob, better Superman movie, Returns or Man of Steel? In one, Superman abandons Lois and his unborn child. The other, he helps destroy Metropolis, kills Zod, and let Pa Kent die. Well, first of all, I know a lot of people didn't like the Zod killing in Man of Steel. That's the least of my problems. I really didn't mind the Zod killing. I fucking hated the Pa Kent situation, and I hated everything else in Man of Steel. But the Zod stuff really didn't bother me, because I felt like they justified that enough in the circumstances. But for me, while I don't really love Superman Returns, I have a whole slew of problems with Returns. It's still a significantly better Superman movie than Man of Steel, and it's not even close. What do you guys say?
I couldn't care. Both of them suck. I don't care. I don't want to choose one.
They absolutely do. They both do. But I'll say for Returns, at least it honors Superman a little better than Man of Steel does as a
made by a pedophile. No,
I forgot about who made. I forgot Singer made that.
Yeah, just
Singer's a horrible person.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hate them both.
And Kevin Spacey's in it.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, I'll take Returns though. Just from a standpoint of just which one gives me a better version of Superman, it's Returns, and I don't like Returns. So I just need to make that clear. But I hate Man of Steel with passion.
I'm gonna take Man of Steel because it wasn't made by a pedophile and it didn't star a pedophile. So that's my argument, and that's it. I mean, that's the only reason why Man of Steel's better.
I want everybody to understand that that's when
Jeremy, I understand that you're cool.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying that's how bad Man of Steel is. That's EVS's justification to have to pick it over another movie.
Well, I'll vote for Quest for Peace just to be different.
Thank you. Me
Quest
too.
for Peace is significantly better than both of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do I want to go with the Ethan argument or the you argument? I mean, both are pieces of shit. So the other thing I will say about Superman Returns is, as much as I like the old Donner flicks, it feels like too much of a love letter to where not a lot happens. I mean, this is 2006 Superman. Oh, he stopped a plane. Okay, there should have been way more shit than him lifting up an island and flying too close to the sun.
He didn't even punch anybody.
No, where's this? I mean, I know this sounds weird, but like a Superman movie where he fights stuff should be awesome. Somehow they fucked that up even in Man of Steel. Like, oh, he's finally going to fight well, he did it in number 2, but you get my point. And with modern day technology, it's like, oh man, a modern day Superman fight's going to be awesome. And somehow they made that stupid and boring.
Yep. The best thing about Man of Steel is Hans Zimmer soundtrack, which is phenomenal.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It is one of the best soundtracks. And again, I still say John Williams' score though. His Superman score is still untouchable. But Hans Zimmer's score for Man of Steel is pretty amazing. All right. Mako Rex says, anyone else looking forward to seeing The Rock as Black Adam? Still haven't seen Shazam, but really looking forward to seeing it and the news on Black Adam. Has that been confirmed?
Yeah, because his name's on the Shazam movie. He's a producer. Him and his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm always a fan of seeing The Rock in anything. I think he's incredibly entertaining. His charisma's off the charts. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure Jeff doesn't really care. He's not a big Rock fan.
See, I'm a huge fan of The Rock, but as a movie star, like, I'm not going to go see Hobbs and Shaw.
You're not going to see Hobbs and Shaw, really?
You know what it is? It's Roman Reigns, man. I can't handle him in wrestling, so why am I going to pay $12 to go watch him in a fucking movie?
I hear you on that. Roman Reigns is. So were we just intimidated by masculine men when we all booed Roman Reigns? Because that's pretty much Roman Reigns basically got the same treatment as Brie Larson. So was it just us being intimidated by strong men? Is that why we hated him? Or maybe he just sucked donkey balls as a face. As a face, he was terrible. He was absolutely awful. And if they would have made him the villain, then we all would have hated him for the right reasons. So make Captain Marvel the real villain that you're trying to make her, and we will hate her for the right reasons. That's it.
Yeah.
I know very few people understand what I'm talking about except for Jeff, but me and Jeff know what's up.
It's okay. It's an audience of 2 right now, man. Sometimes people just got to wait it out.
That's right. So yes, but Brie Larson is the equivalent of Roman Reigns when Vince was constantly pushing Roman Reigns. Oh, you have to cheer for him, and the entire auditorium's like, F this mother effer. We hate him. It's the same thing. It has nothing to do with gender, race. It has to do with someone not being good enough for what you're trying to push them into. That's it. All right. Alejandro Flores Ibarra, thoughts on the controversial Batman and Batgirl being lovers subplot in the DCAU version of The Killing Joke. Personally, I had no issues with it. I know like the Killing Joke, when that all came out, that was like a big problem for a lot of people. You know, I didn't see The Killing Joke, the animated version, so I can't speak to it. So did either one of you watch the animated version of The Killing Joke?
In theaters.
And what were your thoughts on this?
That was the least of my concerns, to be honest.
I heard it had a ton of problems.
Yeah, put it like this. It was the last one I ever watched of theirs, and I have the streaming service, and I refuse to watch anything post that. Look, I love DC Comics animated stuff, but they've taken a dip. Like, and then I'm not trying to sound, mean or anything, but over the last couple of years, they're just not must see. Like they used to be for, I don't know, about 5 or 6 years straight.
Red Hood and all that came out. Like,
so great.
Amazing. And
then you get to this, Killing Joke, one of the best Batman stories ever. And they just, I don't know. I mean, Batgirl and Batman getting it on. If you think about it, you live this dual identity life. You can't tell anybody who you truly are. So I guess the only two people that would you connect over that. So I guess it would happen. I mean, I think a lot of it's just people on the internet going, "Oh, I imagine her with Robin or this or that." It's more of a, I don't know. Just, they didn't like the expectations of it.
Yeah. EVS, did you watch it?
I didn't watch. I'm a big fan of and student of the Killing Joke, the book. I wouldn't. I heard that the movie was dreadful, and I decided to spare myself of it. I don't have time for this. God damn! People tell me that something isn't good, and I don't even bother with it anymore. You have to tell me something's good.
Yeah.
How many hours in a day do people have to subject themselves to filth?
I hear you. I mean,
Filth, Jeremy.
absolute filth. EVS is fed up. He's done.
Ethan, real question: which coloring do you like better, the original or the recolor of Killing Joke?
Original, just because I'm used to it. The recoloring obviously is superior. I noticed that Brian went back and redrew a couple things. I don't know if everyone caught that, but I mean, I know that book by heart. So I noticed a couple of redrawn things that you kind of fix some awkwardness, but it just looks too modern. Now a couple of faces, but
you look that up.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the book so much, and I know that Alan Moore thinks it's garbage, his story, but I don't know. I thought it was really clever.
All right. Kyle Miller says, my only hope is that D&D use all of the Knights of the Old Republic material and make a great Star Wars film. It is proven that they lack any ability to make something on their own. Yeah, but even having all of that material, like they still had George R.R. Martin kind of guiding them along as the first few seasons went along. I just have no faith in it. Like I said, at this point, and I know EVS hates it when I say it, but I don't care, EVS. I want D&D to produce and write. I want Ryan Johnson to direct, and I want Creed to do the opening intro music. That's what I want for this Star Wars movie.
Well, good news. That's probably what you're going to get.
Creed involved? Have we got Creed confirmed? Because if I don't get Creed, it's no deal. I want Creed. I want Scott Stapp.
Yeah, right now they're
EVS. You're powerful enough. Do it. Make it. Call him. You got his phone number. I'm sure. Call him. Call Scott Stapp right now. Offer him some alcohol. He will do it.
We could all afford to hire him to do his own, Star Wars score. He's not any of us could do that. He's not really an in-demand character.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, real quick. Speaking of that, Jeff. I promoted wrestling shows back in the day. Wrestling shows. Guess who was available for $850? I couldn't afford it, but guess who was available to make an appearance?
Was it Virgil?
Screaming Norman Smiley.
Oh my God! The Wiggle.
Oh my God! Remind me off air. I'm gonna tell you what my idea was. I cannot tell you because this is like 10, 15 years ago. All right. I cannot tell you on air what my idea was for him, but he used to come out in different, outfits to troll the crowd. Okay.
Yeah.
I just ask me off air, remind me. I'm going to tell you what I was going to do. Cause I would have never been able to pull this off today, but whatever this was, I guess like 15, 20 years ago, probably off the top of my head. Back then I could have pulled it off. Now there's no way. So remind me, we'll talk about it.
All right. I can't wait. I flew on a plane with him once. It was really awkward.
Oh, he was the big wiggle. It was so fucking good. I loved it. All right. Where are we at? Thomas Gilkey, new member of the channel. Thank you, Thomas. And you sent a $20 super chat. Jeremy, you're wrong. I didn't think you were a nobody at all, so stop putting yourself down. Also, the Fandom Menace is the best and supportive group ever. Sub to Drunk 3PO, Black Angus Reviews, Mary Mayhem, and so many others. Thank you, Thomas. You are right. From day one that you were knowledgeable about Geeks and Gamers, you have believed in Geeks and Gamers, and you've done a lot to support Geeks and Gamers. I will give you that, and that, man. We talk all the time, and I'm always here if you need anything. So everything you've done, just financial support for Geeks and Gamers, promoting everything, man. You were way ahead of the curve, and you deserve full credit for that. So chat, give Thomas some respect. All right, the Geek Talk Society. I got a video in the works called The Fandom Menace Jacob's Story. All of you inspire me by the day to voice how I feel, and now I'm finally doing it. We'll do it, the Geek Talk Society. Do it, and don't hold back. Hold back from whatever YouTube would get you in trouble for. Other than that, speak your mind.
Thanks for all the likes over on Instagram, Geek Talk Society. By the way,
right on. Ben Parker, Jeremy, I gave you a little poo a while ago. I know how you like talking poo. Need me to send more? I speak in the physical emoji, 12 varieties. What? I don't know what Ben Parker is talking about, but keep bringing the comments, I guess. Kermit the Log, thank you for the super chat. Cards in Depth, $2 super chat. EVS, the trans Gillette ad is real. I have heard about this, but I haven't seen it. Is it worse than the other one?
It's way worse. It's something about a dad teaching his trans son to shave. It is it's hell. It's hell. We're in hell, guys. We're in hell. We died. We all went to hell. I don't know if you remember. It's a little bit like Lost, like the last season of Lost. You know, none of us realized we were in hell, but we're in hell. We're you know,
Jesus.
Were we all in an airplane together at some point? Because we're all dead. Everyone in this chat is dead. We're all in hell. Okay. All right.
Creed and Nickelback, it is the apocalypse. Well, we can't. I don't think we can afford Nickelback. They're still relevant enough to be memes. Creed is not even relevant enough to be memes. So we can.
Well, let me read you about Creed. I know that you're interested in Creed. Now, I was thinking about getting either Hanson or Nickelback to do the soundtrack for Star Wars 9, but no Creed. So I looked them up and I wanted to see what was new about them. Creed was voted the worst band of the 90s, and they said it wasn't even close. This is a band so hated that their own fans sued them after a famously bad show in Chicago in 2003. So people went to see their show in Chicago and sued them because it sucked. Frontman Scott Stapp is so despised that when a video surfaced of him getting a blowjob next to Kid Rock said he was mainly embarrassed people learned he was hanging out with Scott Stapp. The band reformed in 2009 for a reunion tour, but their fans have moved on. Sales were so horrendous in Birmingham, Alabama, that tickets were lowered to 75 cents. In 2000, the group could sell out arenas within seconds. They toured last year and played their 2 biggest albums straight through, but even that couldn't get them back into arenas. It's pretty much over, and Creed is basically as popular as Alter Bridge right now. So,
burned. Fuck.
Now do you see why I want them to do the opening?
I think they're available. Yeah.
We have a guest. Hello.
Hello.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're due for a comeback.
I agree, Cecil. I agree.
Oh, and Jeremy was so kind to send me the link while the show was still on the air this week. That was very nice of you.
How are you, Cecil?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So that article just really that the EVS just read, that really strengthens my interest in wanting Creed now.
I think you could definitely afford them.
Yeah, I think we can afford them. I think we can make this happen. I think Cecil's got plenty of alcohol. He can let Scott Stapp borrow.
Oh yeah.
So
Fred Durst is also available from Limp Bizkit.
I think he's loaded.
He is available.
He might have been a good businessman.
He's got money. He's got money.
Yeah, $20 million.
I think Scott Stapp's living in like a Super 8 right now or something. And that might be even too high class for him at this point. But
he should live in his sister's basement. It's great.
Only I had a sister.
Oh boy, goodness gracious! Seriously, I'm not familiar with anything Creed has done since maybe Arms Wide Open, I guess, is the last time.
Terrible song.
I will admit, I did back in the day. I did very much enjoy their first album, My Own Prison, I think was the name of it. And then after that, it was really
Human Clay was the big one.
Right, that was the second one, I think.
That was everywhere.
That was everywhere. The first one was My Own Prison, I think, and I enjoyed that album. I really did. And they had that one WWE song that I really liked. Remember that
Sacrifice?
One? Yes, they played that for all the wrestlers, and those were some really good sizzle reels they put together.
Yeah, the one song from Scream was all right. What if? But that's really about all I can go for with Creed.
Yeah, look, we're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna talk to Lucasfilm. We're gonna get Pablo to approve it. It's gonna happen.
I like the Dave Matthews Band. The Dave Matthews Band of the 90s. They're the worst 90s band that had the funniest reason why they fell from grace.
Why did they fall from grace?
They fell from grace. They were really, really popular. But at one point, they're driving around in their tour bus so much, and they filled their tour bus was full of human fecal matter. Like Dave Matthews pooped so much that his tour bus was full of poop. So they stopped on a bridge, and they unloaded the poop into what they thought was the river. But there was a party boat full of their fans that went underneath the bridge at the moment they dumped the poop. So Dave Matthews, and they soaked an entire party boat full of people in Dave Matthews shit, and that was that got around. That got around.
I remember that.
This really happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am so Googling this story when this show is done.
Google it right now. These people need to know.
EVS, do you have this pulled up by chance? Let's see.
No, you can look it up. I mean, you just look up Dave Matthews Band fans soaked in his shit, and it should come right up on Google.
Thank you for bringing that up, Ethan. The big media has been covering for him for far too long. I'm glad that the High Council is blowing the doors off this story right now.
The 90s suck, dude.
Oh, this is a really like I think about this a lot. The Dave Matthews Band poop bus incident.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to pull it up right. What the fuck is going on? All right, I think about this a lot. The Dave Matthews Band poop bus incident.
Yeah.
The morning of August 8th, 2004, dawned cool and crisp in Chicago. Do you really have to set the setting for us? I mean, it was the perfect day to take in the city sights without being overwhelmed by its unusual summer heat and humidity. Let's get to all right. Poopgate, as the incident quickly became to be known. Here it is. Oh my God. A graded drawbridge on the North Fork of the river, one of Dave Matthews' tour buses drivers emptied 800 pounds of human waste directly
800
over.
pounds. 800 pounds of poop. I want you to think,
What?
800 pounds of Dave Matthews poop.
Oh my!
That's a lot of poop.
I'm never gonna be able to listen to any of his, and I don't listen to him really. But if it comes on, but I'm saying if it comes on the radio, I'm gonna immediately. Oh man!
What would you say?
I know for a fact he had burritos in his rider.
Oh.
Poopgate, as the incident quickly became to be known, remains a smirch on Chicago's otherwise storied music history. 100 tourists aboard the boat were drenched by the unsavory mixture, ruining their clothes and causing several of them to get sick.
Then they start vomiting on each other. So in other words, they're just partying. They're on a party boat. They get drenched in 800 pounds of recycled Dave Matthews tacos and burritos. And then they start throwing up on each other, projectile vomiting on each other. Now that, why didn't anybody have a cell phone camera?
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Oh,
That's like literally a nightmare. That's a nightmare.
Can we get a Lucasfilm tour, like boat tour, and call Dave Matthews? Because now I'll pay him to recreate this situation to dump it on Pablo and Kathleen Kennedy, and JJ and Ryan. Although Ryan might enjoy the taste, but other than that, I think everybody else would get kind of sick.
Madeline wants to know, how'd they know it was 800 pounds? Well, they went to a weigh station, and that's part of what you have to do when you're driving around on a tour bus. You go to a weigh station. Your bus is 800 pounds overweight. Why? Oh, because Dave Matthews is shitting a lot more than usual. We have to do this. Yeah.
That was like a common trick bus drivers would do, is because on drawbridges, it's graded, the roadway. So they would just dump it, pull a lever and dump the whole thing. Yeah. It was just poor timing. Like most of his songs.
All right. All right. Let's move on. All right. Kermit the Log, $1 super chat. Thank you. All right. Got that one. R. Kelly says, hey, EVS, Cyberfrog and the Tick crossover. We're going to get a Cyberfrog and the Tick crossover?
100%.
boom.
Shit, sign
coming-
me up for 50 of those.
Mm.
I fucking love the Tick.
Is that true? Are you friends with the guy who does the Tick?
Ben Edlund? No, he's like a multi-millionaire. He created Ben Edlund, who created the Tick, also created that show with the two brothers who go around Supernatural.
Okay.
oh yeah,
So
the Winchesters.
And the Tick is on Amazon now. They canceled season 3, but I'm in the middle of season 2, and I really like it.
Dude, you'll be disappointed by the end of the season that it got canceled.
I'm in the middle of it. I really love it. I like
Ah, it's
Arthur. I like the
fantastic.
whole cast.
What do you think of the redesign of the Tick? I think this is the best looking live action Tick ever.
It looks great, and I love what was his name, Patrick Warburton or whatever. Was that his name?
No, that's the other guy. This is Peter Safranowicz.
No, I'm saying I like the original guy. He was a great Tick. This guy's great also.
That's Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, that's the voice of Darth Maul. That guy.
He's great.
Oh, he is.
All right, Scott Ski 02. Jeff, read New Jedi Order from post Return of the Jedi. It's a bit slog. It's a bit of slog at times, but the highest highs are worth it.
Do you want me to tell you what I bought?
Yes, and the way you're describing that, Scott Ski, that's how I describe Rebels. Rebels is very doesn't have a lot of consistency, but the highs in Rebels are amazing. But it's a lot to get there, and there's a lot of filler, and there's a lot of garbage to get you there.
Well, I bought a book to read in honor of Doomcock. I bought an old Star Trek novel called Triangle, so that's old as shit. But the Star Wars ones I got were. I got the Corellian trilogy. The Corellian trilogy. I bought the whole trilogy of that. And then I got that's the same one. I got Tales from Jabba's Palace. Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Shadows of the Empire, because that's needs to be read. That's Showdown at Center Point. Shit, they're stacked badly. Indiana Jones and the White Witch, and hold on, I know I got more. This is the one I'm reading, Star Wars Before the Storm, book 1 of the Black Fleet Crisis, and then I also got Star Wars Children of the Jedi. So
Nice.
I picked those up, folks. If you're wondering, is Jeff ever going to read EU? Yes, I'm currently reading EU. I already miss it, even though I don't know much about it. Here's my half-price bookstore bag in the background.
Hey Cecil, Ben Edlund. I'm sharing right now. Can you show the screen, please?
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ben Edlund is not the creator of Supernatural. He's just like executive producer, screenwriter from season 2 to season 8 of Supernatural. But Ben Edlund is basically Doug TenNapel. If
Wow.
Doug TenNapel,
Does look like Doug.
if Doug TenNapel was successful,
Yeah. If Doug didn't sign away his big property, yes, I agree.
if Doug didn't sign away Earthworm Jim and was successful, with Earthworm Jim, if he got all of the money, this would be Doug TenNapel right
He
now.
looks like Doug a little bit to me. No,
Totally, they're the same age. 50 years old. I think Doug's 50. You can see Doug with this hair, like, hey, the Eric Clapton hairdo.
Oh hell yeah! If he owned Earthworm Jim, he'd have the long hair. Why not?
Sorry, that was a total diss on Doug, but it was funny.
I got to get Doug on the channel. We've been talking a little bit. I need to get him on. Just gotta get time. But yeah,
I wonder if he knows him.
Huh?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would think so. They were, they were around at the same time.
He actually told the story of how he got swindled the other day on air. I was listening.
Yeah, I know.
Corey
What
Hammond,
happened? That was a low blow. And listen, it's Doug. Doug has done worse. And Doug did get swindled from Earthworm Jim, and that is sad.
Uriah Wright says, to quote RGE, Star Wars Disney is expensive fan fiction. That's a very good way to put it. Although I wouldn't call them fans, but I get the point. Matt Joseph, get rid of lightsabers. They more or less already have just one actual lightsaber duel in 4 movies. Disney may as well make it official. That's true. King of Sharks, have you seen the Aladdin remake? What are your thoughts? I have not, and I don't plan on it.
yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah, but about 1 billion kids that never saw the original one are going. That's why they're doing it. They just they couldn't do another animated. So
Yeah, but look at Dumbo. Dumbo was not a hit, so not everyone's guaranteed to be a huge box office, blowout.
well, because they took out all of the racist songs, which was the whole fun of Dumbo.
Yeah, but they replaced it with Michael Keaton. The same argument people make for Spider-Man: Homecoming.
What racist songs were in Dumbo?
I don't know. Apparently, the Black Crows were, and not the ones with Chris Robinson. The Black Crows were very like stereotypical Southern black, and people thought they should be removed from the movie.
Oh, how about that?
So, and they sang a lot of songs, like what was that famous song? Something about an elephant fly. I never seen an elephant fly, and all that.
Oh yeah.
But it was sang in like a very, or sung in a very stereotypical. But I mean, I don't understand.
Dumbo was horrible as a kid. I just could not get into it. I couldn't
because
get
they were
into
beating the shit out of his mother in the beginning. Who the fuck wants to watch that horse shit?
Yeah, I just didn't. It didn't connect with me as a young man.
Same here. I have it on tape, and I hated watching Dumbo.
Yeah, I bet you'd connect more with it nowadays than when you were little, Ethan.
Because why? Why would you say that?
Just no reason.
Nerdrotic, thank you for becoming a member, Gary. You and I will talk soon. Gary's closing in on 100K. I think he's like at 98 right now. So keep it up,
Good
Gary.
for you, Gary. You deserve it, man.
Definitely. I love Gary. I love his channel. He's doing such good stuff. The ad that shouldn't be money-making suggestion for geeks and gamers. Make a website called Honest Tomatoes or Uncorrupted Tomatoes that works how Rotten Tomatoes used to work. You know, I've talked to my web developers about this. It's such a big project to take on, and it's not something that I've completely given up on by any means. But just from a resources standpoint, it is a lot. It's a massive database, and it's a huge project that they have both told me, both of my webmasters. And so it's going to take a lot. It's not simple. If it was simple, a lot of people would be doing it. So it's in discussion, but it's got to make sense for me, and I can't take my eyes or focus off of other aspects of Geeks and Gamers that I'm working on. But I do appreciate the suggestion. Black Angus Reviews. I took your advice. Be the change you want to see. Doing my part with Rookie and Josiah to crowdfund some Film Gate Productions. Check the newest video. Good job, Black Angus, and congratulations on 1,000 subs, buddy. And I'm happy. You know, I believe that is good advice. I kind of gave that advice in a sarcastic way, but it definitely rings true. Be the change you want to see. I said that when Ryan Johnson said that there was too many white dudes directing Star Wars movies. And my response to Ryan Johnson was, be the change you want to see. Get the fuck out of Star Wars, then, you white dude. You know, I think you would make us all happy, Ryan. If you're so unhappy that fucking white dudes are directing Star Wars, then take your round-headed white ass and get the fuck out of Star Wars. Do us all a goddamn favor. You fucking troll.
Wasn't Brie Larson complaining the same thing about people of color being leads, and then she took Captain Marvel's spot, who was a black woman in the comic books.
Yep. It's just these people are the projection. It's the best way to describe them. It's projection. They just want to sit there and they push their own insecurities out to everybody else, and they go, "Oh, you're racist. No, you're actually the ones that are."
Yeah.
All right, Modalicious. Has anyone seen the new 4chan trolling about the hashtag? It made CNN primetime. I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen anything about this?
Yeah. Well, listen, the hashtag is literally 2 H's stacked on top of each other for Heil Hitler. So you're not allowed to use a hashtag anymore because it's white supremacy.
No, they called it the fashtag. It's so funny. They just sit on like, what is that, 4chan, and think of like more ridiculous things, and it's like, who can get on the news with ever, you know, the whole history of the Pepe one.
Oh yeah.
Pepe one was just like, he was a Jewish kid who a guy from Daily Beast said, I want to talk to a white supremacist, and he contacted him and said, yeah, I lead a white supremacist group. And he said, well, what's the new thing? Like, what's going on? And he said, Pepe's a new thing. They fucking ran a whole story. I never checked their sources. It was like a fucking teenage kid as a prank. Next thing you know, it's on like watch lists and it's unreal.
These people are so stupid.
Here's the thing. They never back down. Even when they find out they've been scammed, they won't back down. Like, because they won't admit they were made fools of. So they're like, no, it is a hate symbol.
Yep.
The OK symbol, drinking milk, you know, all of these things, they're all hate symbols now. Drinking milk and giving the OK sign. You are a white supremacist.
It's
Yeah.
unreal, man. It's unreal. But yeah, 4chan and the trolling is unbelievable. I love it. Jonathan Larrabee says, just a random shout out to all of you fine YouTubers. It's great to have all of you here to represent your average common sense fan. Well, thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Really do. Ani J says, Jeremy, express your opinion about Game of Thrones writers and Ryan Johnson teaming up for the Old Republic. Yeah, I mean, in hashtag 2 disasters don't equal success. I mean, I don't know if this is official yet. I know Star Wars Theory talked about it the other day. I don't know where he got that information. I mean, he was reading an article from like weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he knows something, but I haven't heard anything official. If Ryan Johnson and Benioff and Weiss are working together, I think that's going to be a sign. And I know I've talked about like, hey, I want this. I do want it to happen. Just the disaster needs to be complete. But if they're merging Ryan Johnson and Benioff and Weiss, like that's going to be a win for the Fandom Menace, because they were specifically supposed to be doing separate trilogies, you know. And so now I feel like this is their attempt to try to minimize Ryan Johnson's involvement. But now they've got a whole other problem with Benioff and Weiss, because now they're bringing an entire negative movement into it. These Lucasfilm are idiots. Kathleen Kennedy's an idiot. But if they're working together, that to me shows that they've lost any confidence in Ryan Johnson, and from a PR perspective and from a creative perspective. So we'll see what happens. If I'm missing something, if somebody knows more information on this, I haven't heard anything official or confirmed. I've only heard speculation on this. So Snowdub Music and Entertainment, much love to the council. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Snowdub Music and Entertainment. Thank you for that car video freestyle the other day. That was fantastic. And I think there was like at least 6 references to the 91-300ZX. If you really want to get my attention, show some love to the 91-300ZX, and you're going to get my attention. But that was great. I appreciated that. I shared it on Twitter and commented on it. So Jedi Master 677 Batwoman trailer made me truly appreciate all shows like Avatar and Legend of Korra for having badass female characters who are great and are well written. Yeah, I mean, I know Avatar is very, very widely well received. Legend of Korra, I feel like that was a divisive one, but I'm not sure. I have never seen either one. I don't think you guys have seen either one, have you?
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched any new cartoons lately.
Yeah. Johnny the Whiz Kid, I am excited for Godzilla 2, but despite what everyone says, Godzilla 98 will always be my favorite. I did a video defending it. Check it out sometime. That's on Johnny the Whiz Kid's channel. Jedi Master 677, also Jeremy, still open to having a debate with you. I noted, and I will check out your email, and I know you're a Disney sequel trilogy defender, and you still deal with us. And again, you have all my respect. If you can deal with a lot of negativity, you don't need your opinions repeated to you. So I'm good with that. Face criminal Russian troll bot. A simple request from a simple Russian bot. Can we get Dash Star on the High Council? I talked to Dash Star about that when we were streaming the other day with Anna, and he and I are going to see what we can work out. So, but happy that Dash has joined the Fandom Menace. Comanche Viper. Ian McShane was awesome in John Wick and Deadwood. Is he in Deadwood too? I'm gonna have to check Deadwood out. EVS is so big on it. So
He's
My favorite show.
all right, I'm gonna have to check it out. Mega Jetty 1. Daniel is the rich snob now. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, Daniel is the rich snob, and I did not expect that. You talk about subverting of expectations. Did anybody think that they were gonna hate Daniel? You know what I mean?
No, because he's
No?
okay in
They
the
did the
first
flip.
couple.
They did the flip of the original, which was
Exactly. That's how you
rich-
subvert expectations, by good storytelling and giving the audience something we didn't expect, but you got us there through good storytelling. Nothing wrong with subverting of expectations. Nothing. What's bad is when you try to subvert expectations by being lazy and not developing the story to get us to that point.
When are they going to bring Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son into the story?
Oh boy.
yeah.
You're going down the road of me and the Ryan Johnson creed. We don't want to do that.
In there.
We don't want to do that to Cobra Kai. Logan Michael, anti Funko Pops. I just tweeted out the Ethan Diva voice clip.
Oh shit, Logan Michael. I think he sent me a tweet. Says I got you.
Here
it is.
Mo Delicious. I really wish Pat.
Problem. Funko Pops are gay, okay? They're just gay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna keep playing. Sweet. Thanks, Michael. You rule, dude.
That's awesome. I really wish Pat Morita would pull the plug on Hilary Swank at the end of the next Karate Kid. Thanos. Oh my God, this Thanos. The profile picture on your Thanos is hilarious. Unsubscribing after Chernobyl. I want to watch just because I thought about it. I want to watch Chernobyl Diaries. I've never even seen that.
No, don't. Seriously.
Is it bad? Is it bad?
Horrifying.
Jeremy, the other day, I was on my Facebook time hop feed or whatever, and was telling you shit you did, and I posted how terrible that movie was, and then I remembered how terrible it was.
So
For the
good.
love of God, do not watch Chernobyl Diaries. It's not funny. It's fucking terrible.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the Chernobyl special on HBO.
No. I want to see that. The movie Chernobyl Diaries is like a found footage.
Yeah, it was
horror
garbage.
film.
I did see that. The Chernobyl one is too real though, because the people just literally in radiation poisoning, your cells just break down and you literally melt off your bones.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's on HBO right now.
And they said the special effects are like insane. The people melting is just it's like stomach churning.
Okay, so Jeff, what was that movie you told me about a while back? Was it Tales from the Hood or something like that?
Tales from the Hood 2, the most fucked up movie ever made.
What's worse, Chernobyl Diaries or Tales from the Hood 2?
Tales from the Hood 2 is really racist, and like it's made by this black dude. And Dion and I looked at each other, and it's like basically saying like I'm terrible because I exist. Because this guy in the movie works for a essentially Donald Trump, and he's married to a white woman. And the ghosts of all these dead civil rights members come back and tell him that he needs to do what's right and kill himself so his son can grow up properly.
Jeez.
That's literally a plot point.
That's
I'm not
harsh.
making it up. This is a shit movie. Don't ever watch it. Now, Tales from the Hood 1 is great.
Damn it, man. That's savage right there. All right. DM says, EVS, have you ever worked with Joe Jusko?
Worked with him? No, but I know him very well. He's a good guy. Really good guy.
Great artist, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing one of the Vampirella covers that you sent everybody over to the link.
He did a fully painted Vampirella book back in the 90s, and it was really terrific. I remember those pages coming in, taking a look at them. It was great.
Jonathan Larrabee, there is a Solo fan film that released right around the time as the Solo film. It's a bit cheesy at times, but overall, the actor who plays Han does a much better job than the guy Disney casted. I feel like somebody showed me that, and I do remember that actor was significantly better than Alden Ehrenreich. I don't think Alden Ehrenreich is a bad actor. I just think that they put him in a position that it was a lose-lose for him. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. I was actually interested at first because I saw Hail Caesar a couple years ago, and I hated it. And usually I like the Coen Brothers movies. But I was like, that guy's kind of cool. I dig it. You know, and then I saw the movie and I felt differently. But I wish they would have taken the same approach with that as Harrison Ford ones with Indiana Jones. You've seen that, right? He says nobody can play him after him type of deal. Yeah. I mean, it's not like an edict or a law or anything. It's just like, oh, nobody should play him type of thing. And I agree. When you've played a character or been associated with that character for 40 years, no one's ever going to be able to match that. Like, name a character that gets, like, even Tom Hardy that did fine as Mad Max. Come on now. I mean, Mel Gibson all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just think Alden Ehrenreich was recreating Han Solo without Harrison Ford. Shut up. No. Just leave me alone. Kevithar1138, greetings. What about the next leaked MCU phase? I don't know much about any. I mean, I've heard rumor. I guess there's like something with Captain Marvel and Valkyrie, being in a relationship or some crap. Like, I'd go for it. I guess I'm not going to be there to watch it. So, but I don't know of any other details. Is there anything I'm missing? I
would watch that.
Hold on, I just want to say thanks to Kevithar1138. He sent a pretty awesome message during our podcast last week. So thanks, man.
All right on. Slick Will 91. So chances of HBO remaking season 8? None. But it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch people sign petitions and be outraged because You know, people need to have a voice, and people use their voice, and they spoke up. Author Stephen Walton, $1 super chat. Thank you so much. Salvador, I wonder if SJWs will ever realize that the soapbox they stand on is on the backs of people they're pretending to defend. No, social justice warriors will never have any self-awareness whatsoever. And that's what you have to understand about them. You don't talk logic to them. You don't try to have conversations with them. You just use them and try to make money from them because they are trying to destroy everything you love, and they are not in this for a conversation or a rational discussion. Absolutely not. Not even close. I know that from firsthand experience. Let's see. Stone Cold Jeremy, calling Brie Larson a harpy is an insult to harpies everywhere, including our favorite YouTube harpy. Shout out to Mecha Random 42. Logan Michael, anti-Funko Pops. Should I collect Batman the Animated Series figures? Yes.
You should. Our listener Salvador has sent me almost the entire series. So yeah, man, go for it. They're cool.
Wait, you didn't ask how old he is. If you're over 15, no.
Oh, well. If you're over 15,
I'm fucking around. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, I don't know how old Logan Michael is. I don't want to know.
$5 super chat retracted. So thank you. Mega Jetty 1, Jurassic World 3, as in John Wick. I'm sorry. So John Wick. I'm so used to JW3. Yeah. So John Wick 3. My bad. I prefer 1 because of simpler plot. Well, I haven't seen 3 yet, so I can't speak to it yet.
Have you seen 2?
Yes.
So you remember how balls to the wall number 2 was, like in terms of the headshots and shit?
Yeah,
this outdoes it in the first 5 minutes in a good way. You know, some sequels there's too much excess, and you're just like, I like the other one. This one, number 3, I don't think it has a very complex plot. I went back to watch part 1. I got them both on Blu-ray, and I thought this feels so different. Like they definitely upped it in a way I like. Usually, I kind of conservative is fine. Like Beverly Hills Cop is much smaller than number 2, but in terms of John Wick, man, give me the higher kill count.
You know how I knew it was going to be a good movie? Zach gave it a bad review. I said, this thing's going to be better than The Godfather.
Well, I may go check it out tomorrow. I may go check it out tomorrow because I need to get out and see movies more. I stay so buried in trying to make YouTube videos, but anytime I can I think my goal is to just every time I see a movie, I'm going to title it that it's better than Man of Steel because it fucking pisses people off. And there's a high probability that every movie I see will be better than Man of Steel. Shout out to the Snyder Bros. I know you're coming for me. Modalicious, or what's the Mega Jetty? Okay, I got that. Modalicious. All my powers, and I couldn't save him. Ben Parker at Jeff. Do you like the DeLorean and other cars?
The DeLorean is awesome. I looked into buying one, but then I realized I'm just too big for a DeLorean. So I will never, ever own one, which is sad because Back to the Future is my favorite movie. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of cars I like. My favorite car is probably...
Get the train from Back to the Future 3.
I thought about it, but I just don't have anywhere to park at Cecil.
Gotcha.
I am so looking forward to the day when myself and Jeff can do a car video in the Z. That's going to be great. And again, I have T-tops. We can get you in there.
The folks need to understand something. Just because we're getting close to Star Wars and stuff, we have so much planned for you guys. Like, now's the best time to get involved with the Fandom Menace because Jeremy, Ethan, and I, and soon to be Cecil, know about all kinds of cool things that are happening, and you guys aren't going to want to miss it. And T-top videos are just the start. Oh yeah, so Jeremy.
Yes,
we'll start, man, with that.
Yes, yes. All right, Red Monarch says, got my 2 different covers for Vampirella and a novel, and will be here faster than my frog book. Thanks, Uncle E.
Now that's a little, the diss at the end there, but it's okay. Appreciate it.
Ben Parker says, Jeremy, stuff I sent you in the P.O. box, enjoy. I'm kind of scared, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, Ben Parker's legit. He sends me shit all the time. Everything's cool.
Right on. I will start promoting my P.O. box more and my merch on my website and so many other things that I should be promoting.
Dude, I have like 70 packages now I need to open. It's getting stupid. I honestly have, like I said, an industrial garbage bag full of them. Logan Michael sent me, well, I had to open it because I know what it was. He sent me a Knight Rider action figure from the 80s, so I get really cool shit.
Nice.
The last time I opened my P.O. box, somebody sent me a filthy used children's Halloween costume and some food that was open that I wouldn't eat.
That fits the channel though.
But in the same package, there was he sent 3 little bottles of bourbon, like from the airplane, and I drank those.
Fan Addicts of Film, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I have been a huge fan of all of you for so long. Jeff and I collaborated on a Kathleen Kennedy Becomes Porkins video a while back. My latest video is called The Roundest Object. Ray plays pool with Death Stars. Guess who else is in it? EBS, guess who else is in The Roundest Object with Ray?
It's got to be Ryan Johnson.
Gotta be Ryan Johnson. So go check out Fan Addicts of Film. Fan Addicts of Film. Sounds like that's going to be a hell of a good video right there. You've collaborated with them, Jeff?
Yeah, the Porkins one's awesome. Fanatics of Film's a good person. Oh,
Okay.
I'll say good dude. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Good stuff. Stone Cold Jeremy, the homeless guy living under the overpass can afford Creed. Yeah, because he probably has like at least some alcohol he can hand, Scott. Mattuine, have you seen Rob Burnett's rant titled "Enough with the Disappointment Outrage"? The crux of his argument was critical fans like the Fandom Menace are such a minority that their voice has no merit. I have this guy. I think this is the guy that's on Campia's show with him, Robert Burnett.
I'm sorry we don't get invited to all the premieres like you do, Robert.
Is that it? Hang on. Let me confirm. Hang on. Let me confirm. Is that who we're talking about? Robert? Is it Robert Michael Burnett? Is that his name? Chat. Just to confirm before we go down this rabbit hole.
Is Rob Burnett the guy who does Survivor and The Apprentice and all those shows?
I'm not sure. He said Rob Burnett, and I think that guy's name is Robert Burnett. Mattuine says yes. Okay, that's the person that sent super
Well, the
chat.
funny thing about a guy like this is, look at the Fandom Menace. And just anybody that makes videos that are honest about the way entertainment is reported poses a threat to people like John Campia and his sidekick. That is why they'll always tell you your voices don't matter, because in reality, they fear us the most because people are kind of waking up to all this woke bullshit. I mean, Tim Cass talks about how CNN ratings are down. These garbage movies are picked apart and seen through right away, so it never works. And then these guys have chosen to go with the corporate interest. And as soon as the corporate interest swings back in the favor of what the Fandom Menace wants, they'll be right back on the side. And it just shows you how disingenuous people like that are.
Does he have a channel, Burnett? Does he have a channel? Campia. What's Campia's? Campia's channels. I know people are just counting down the days when Geeks and Gamers passes Campia, which is getting close. I know. But
what's he at?
160 or 172, something like that. I think.
Oh, that won't be a problem. You're at what, 160 something?
Yeah. So
I just hit 120, so I'll be getting back up there soon. We're coming for you, John Campia.
And again, it's not all about subs or anything, but if you're going to make a statement like that, like how many subs does Robert Burnett have?
What do you have to get over?
Got 11,000 subs. Okay.
What do you have to get over to beat him?
Campia?
Yeah.
I got to look him up. Let me see.
165. I'm going to put you in the description of my next video. Something you didn't do in this video for me.
Hey, I sent you the invite right before we went live.
I'm fucking around.
I know you are. Campia is at 171. And Campia was at like 100 and something thousand when Geeks and Gamers was like 20. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, if you want to try to minimize people's voices, then that means that those voices are actually getting to you. If you're trying to take people's voices and minimize them and make them seem like they are not important, that's a clear sign that they are important. That's it. You don't tell, why don't you talk about channels with 200 subs and say they aren't important? It's probably you've never heard of them, right? Well, you will hear of them if they start speaking out against this nonsense. But the point is you're making these points because you are intimidated by us, and that's fine. Continue to be intimidated. It doesn't matter to me. I've said it 100 times. I'm sitting here with a $60 webcam on my computer, all right, in my pool house. And John Campia's got his fancy schmancy bullshit Hollywood studio and his graphics. And apparently John's too good to read his super chats himself, so he has to hire a hot chick, even though he's against objectifying women. He always has a fucking hot chick. He don't have Geek Diva Girl reading them, does he? No. He's got a fucking hot chick reading them, like he always hired hot chicks at Collider. It was always these smoking hot chicks, and he's always like talking about how disgusting it is that people objectify. Let's shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with that, by the way.
Oh, I don't either. But the problem is he's always white knighting, trying to make it out like it's bad to objectify women. All these all these nasty men, all these nasty men. Basically, what was her name? Clark Wolf from Collider talked about how John Campea, when he was running Collider, actually like picked a less qualified, more attractive female over her for a job. But John,
I'm against objectifying women, but I would definitely hire a girl with a great set of tits for sure.
well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, Cecil. I'm just making a point that Campea is hypocritical. So again, that's fine. If you want to diminish us, that means we matter. It means we matter. So keep talking about us, please. Did he specifically say the Phantom Menace? I need some clarification on that, Mattuine. You said the crux of his argument was he was critical of fans like the Phantom Menace. So I'm assuming he was general and vague. I'm assuming he didn't name names because John Campea is not. He's too good to name names. You know what I mean? That I remember when EVS super chatted him one time. What did he say to you? If you are in fact a comic artist pro, and I'm like, bro, you're talking to Ethan Van Sciver. What the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that. I will never forget my interactions with John Campea. Oh my God, dude! I just looked up Adam Duritz from Counting Crows and what he looks like today. What the,
Yeah, but he had Jennifer Aniston, so.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. There you go.
Jeremy,
that's a win. What's up?
you remember that band 311?
Oh yeah. Down was their song.
Katy Perry was in that band.
What is the 11th letter of the alphabet?
K.
Times 3.
No.
KKK.
Is that what it stands for?
Yes.
It does now. Put that out.
The Ku Klux Klan. 311 was the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh boy.
God damn. Why didn't I see it then when I could have made a difference?
All right, moving on. Madness Productions, EVS, known about you since Cyberfrog got started from Wizard Comics. I started creating my comic around the same time. Met you at San Diego Comic-Con in 2012. You inspired me. The Chronicles of Lance Caliber coming soon. EVS, you are inspiring a nation.
Well, nice.
Let's see. Motorlicious, start a petition to get Peter Koch from Heartbreak Ridge.
Peter Crotch.
I think
Yeah.
Peter Crotch.
Yeah. From Heartbreak Ridge, Swede Joe Johnson to play Cable instead of double flipping on JB. Yeah, sorry I butchered that. I mean, look, I haven't butchered any super chats tonight. It was bound to happen at some point. All right. I'm trying to stay consistent here, guys.
I
all
almost
right?
had a seizure while you were reading that one.
I know. Sorry. I'm sorry. And we got you having seizures. We got EVS fixing to be killed by a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff's just chilling. So
I had to make a wedding invitation about an hour ago, so I'm happy to be done.
Geek Assault, EVS, rough estimate. What's your win-loss record versus Twitter comic SJWs? Fellas, keep your pimp hand strong. Shout out to the High Council. Peace.
All I do is win.
Boom. There you go.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Mark C. For Disney Plus, they are actually removing the crows from the animated classic Dumbo. Really? Really? Good God, man. They're just retroactively just... Everything's offensive. What were you going to say?
Put in cockatoos with English accents. That'll...
Jeez. Tim Riggs, why don't all these white communist journalists quit their jobs so that people of color can be properly represented? Because they do not believe a damn word they say. That's why. That is exactly why. Logan Michael, anti-Funko Pops. Cecil, please stop haunting my dreams.
You know I can't. We both know I can't do that.
GRP Poll, hail Caesar, hail Jeremy, hail Jeff, hail Cecil. Thank you, GRP Poll. We appreciate it. Very much appreciated, GRP Paul. You've been a big supporter of all of us, and we greatly acknowledge and appreciate it. Comrade Commodore, listening tomorrow at work. Flex emojis. Thanks, Brohammers. Y'all keep giving me free content to listen to. Makes the day go by easier. And he puts a little cheese emoji because he's a Packer fan. Donut Swan Cecil, I'm sending you some bourbon with teeth. Seriously, the guy at Lee's Liquor took me aside for a talk about safety and how to duel it.
Wait, is someone sending me booze?
Yeah, with teeth.
Fucking A. Thank you.
So there you go. That's and you got mad because I didn't put a link in the description, but you got booze and teeth.
I wasn't mad. I could never be mad at you.
Thank you, Cecil. That means a lot. Kermit the Log, $2 super chat. Thank you. Cass Michael, Rusty Cage win. Rusty Cage. What is Rusty Cage?
It's like a dance move or something.
I don't know.
I think he's a YouTube personality.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look that person up. Kermit the Log, thanks to Geeks and Gamers and EVS for being green allies. Logan Michael, anti-Funko Pops. My age is a number between 1 and 50, Cecil.
It's 311. Jeremy, did you know that in the mid-1980s, Michael Jackson and Prince were at the top of their game, engaged in a fierce but mostly friendly rivalry. And rumors swirled of them disliking each other, but they were actually friends. They're actually friends, like me and Cecil. Now, Michael Jackson wrote a song to duet with Prince. They were going to do a duet together. They were going to do it. And it was called Bad. Okay? And Prince said he didn't want to do it. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Michael Jackson's lyric was going to be, Michael Jackson was going to sing it to Prince. Your butt is mine. So that is why Prince backed out of the song. It was going to be a duet. And this is all true. This is true. But the first lyric is, your butt is mine. And Prince said no.
It's weird because two megastars that are now dead both turned down singing with Michael Jackson for different reasons. Freddie Mercury turned it down because when he went into the studio, Michael brought a llama into the studio. And he left, and he just left.
Yeah.
So we never got a Freddie Mercury track, and we never got a Prince track with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He couldn't fucking tone it down for just a minute.
No.
No.
Let me tell you something else, by the way. Ted Bundy almost killed Blondie, Debbie Harry.
No.
Absolutely true. That's what she says. She said that he kidnapped her in the early 70s while she was trying to hail a cab. She was held hostage in a car, only narrowly escaping with her life. In reality, while Harry might have had a scary encounter with a dude in a battered car, people are saying there's no way it could have been Ted Bundy. The serial killer never spent any time in New York during his murder spree, and so he couldn't have almost killed Debbie Harry or anyone else living there at the time. Now that we know of, I believe Blondie. I think maybe he went to New York.
He might have stopped by, but you know, out of it's professional courtesy. That was Son of Sam's turf during that time.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, they kind of. Yeah, I got to think about that, Cecil. Thank you.
EVS dropping knowledge. All right, Dragon Lord Jeremy. That's a new one. Maybe I don't know if I've seen that. Dragon Lord Jeremy. That's awesome though. If we get Rian Johnson as a director to D&D films, I will get you all Creed Funko Pops.
There will never be a Creed.
Oh man. Proper Jeremy. Tonight I celebrate my heart for you, Jeremy. Oh wait, did you got your name back, or that's another Proper Jeremy account? I was about to say, because it was Proper Jenny, so somebody created another Proper Jeremy account. I can't keep up anymore.
No, there's a real Proper it's Proper Jenny. No, she's there.
Yeah, but there's a Proper Jeremy account now. The Proper Jenny just commented, that's not me. So if you're not familiar, Proper Jeremy tried to do April.
Yeah, that's Jenny's dead name. It's rude to bring that up, actually.
Right. Well, I'm doing it retrospective. So like Proper Jeremy decided to do a troll on April Fool's Day, so changed her name to Proper Jenny and they were transitioning, but could change it back on Twitter. But with YouTube, they locked them out for 60 something days, I think. So now Proper Jenny is trapped in that name, and it's awesome. And I think
just like a sex change, it's not so easy to reverse.
Kermit the Log, your pork is mine. Greg Bohan, EVS, is there an issue with you and Mark Adraco?
Mark Andraco.
Andraco. Yeah. I know he's friends with the Collider and Screen Junkie folks.
He's a piece of human garbage. I would like to offer him a white lighter. A white lighter. Now, Now I can't even tell you about that. Shit, I backed myself into a corner with that.
Well, what's a white lighter?
All right, so if you have a white lighter in your pocket, you should probably throw it out right now or give it to an enemy. It is cursed. It is cursed. A white lighter is cursed. Some people are already getting it. They're saying it's bad juju. Yeah. Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morrison were all found with one in their pocket, if you know what I mean. Did you know that?
I
I
did.
did not know that.
It is true.
Could it just be that white lighters are very common?
Have you ever seen one?
No.
Thank you. I mean, all the lighters you've ever owned, has there ever been a white one that you had? Never.
It's like a white tiger.
Yeah.
And even that'll rip your throat out.
Mhm.
All right. John Joseph Gray says, "Hey Jeremy, I just want to let you know about this one channel theme park review. The owner of the channel blocks people who have different opinions." I'm familiar with that channel in terms of I'm familiar with the channel. It's a huge channel. It's like over 1 million subs. I'm not familiar with how they operate or what their stances are on things are, but I'll look into that because I am familiar with the channel over the years. Jeremy Peeper. Where all the ladies at? Jeremy Peeper, is that a new account? Somebody's got to let Caitlin know about that one. Proper Jeremy, if you want your name back, it's going to cost you. Now we have Proper Jeremy and Proper Jenny fighting in the middle of Jeremy Peeper and Dragon Lord Jeremy super chatting. What a night. What a night. Albert, Nada, version 2.0. No crows in Dumber. No beings of color. Dumbo. You said Dumber. You meant to say Dumbo. No crows in Dumbo, but I'm sure your spell check added the ER. So no beings of color shall appear in the film. Good move, Disney. Yeah, I mean, I'm done trying to keep up with all the changes they're making. It's so stupid. We have our original copies, so they can't mess with those. But it is what it is.
They replaced him with canaries, and they gave him like very racist chop suey accents.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
And Cecil, I want to apologize to Cecil.
What I do?
Can you? It's what I did to you. Can you share this my page, please? Sinatra song often strikes a deadly chord. This is true. This is true.
Please don't make it be my way.
It is. You see this man?
Oh
He
my
did it
God.
his way, and he died. Look at it. Look at him dying right there. Look at this guy. He's like, yeah. In the Philippines, the day after barbering Rodolfo Gregario, nice Filipino name, went to his neighborhood karaoke bar, still smelling of talcum powder, as you do. Putting aside his glass of Red Horse Extra Strong beer, he grasped a microphone with a habitué's self-assuredness and briefly stilled the room with the Platters' My Prayer. Next, he belted out a crowd pleaser by Tom Jones, Engelbert Humperdinck. But Mr. Gregario, 63, a witness to countless fistfights and occasional stabbings, erupting from disputes over karaoke singing, did not dare choose one beloved classic, Frank Sinatra's version of My Way. I used to like My Way, but after all the trouble, I stopped singing it. He said, "You can get killed." Cecil?
You forced me to sing that wretched song.
The authorities do not know exactly how many people have been killed warbling My Way in karaoke bars over the years in the Philippines or how many fatal fights it has fueled, but the news media have recorded at least half a dozen victims in the past decade and includes them in a subcategory of crime dubbed My Way Killings.
Oh my God.
My Way Killings. The killings have produced urban legends about the song and left Filipinos groping for answers. Are the killings the natural byproduct of the country's culture of violence, drinking, and machismo? Or is there something inherently sinister in this song, Cecil?
You put the fucking evil eye on me, you bastard.
Maybe they just take Limp Bizkit.
Oh man.
I'm not going to do it. And now,
Go ahead, Cecil.
and now, the end is near. And so I face
Yeah.
the final curtain for real.
Cecil, I don't want you to die.
I
I
don't
care
either.
about you too much. Don't ever sing that song again.
I won't.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dr. Coffinell says, Cecil, thanks again for singing Happy Birthday to me a few months ago. It was sadly the high point of my year so
Oh
far.
God, that's so terrible to hear. I'm sorry about that. It'll get better.
Oh man. So we're getting ready to we're getting to the end of the High Council. Can I ask everyone first of all to smash the melee button if you don't mind? We're almost up to 1,000 likes. EVS.
Yeah.
You got something you want to plug? And chat, get ready to drop those links again. Let's crash that site.
It's very important tonight that the Fundamentalists stand up and support Dynamite Comics. Dynamite Comics, who has been enduring a plethora of abuse from weirdo SJW scumbags. Why? Well, first of all, they are letting me purchase a bunch of copies of Vampirella versus the Reanimator and put Cyberfrog and Salamandroid kind of variant covers with Vampirella on there. They're letting me do that to make a little money. And they're also putting out a new Vampirella book that is being written by Christopher Priest. Christopher Priest was asked what he thought about feminism, and he said, well, it's almost as though, people are waking up to the fact that there are two genders. Newsarama, the site that was running the interview, persecuted him, threatened him, told him that he needed to back up and restate his point. He said, no, I'm an ecumenical minister. I stand by what I said. And for that, he's being persecuted. Dynamite is being persecuted by SJWs. Now, what I want to see happen and what we can make happen is their book, Vampirella #1, which is being written by Christopher Priest. And there's a great artist inside, a bunch of different covers by great artists. That book should be an incredible success. That is how to answer these weirdos. They fear that. They fear success because it's something that eludes them. So we've got the link to Dynamite, the official store. A copy of Vampirella #1, which comes out in July, is available. It's only $3.99. It's $3.99. I guess they'll ship it right to your house. Make sure that you order a copy. Order several copies. They also have other Vampirella variants and other things that are much more expensive that you could get involved with if you really want to throw some support behind Dynamite Comics for their incredible bravery for standing up to SJW abuse in a marketplace where most of these big companies just immediately bend the knee. We have to get these people. I don't know what we have to do. We have to let these bigger companies learn that they don't have to bend the knee. Their knees can be rigid. You can stand up and tell these people to fuck off. Excuse my language, Jeremy. It's the working man coming through.
It'll be okay.
Okay. And that money and prosperity comes from telling SJWs to go F themselves. So you can be a part of that. Purchase Vampirella #1 or any of the books. If you think Vampirella is too skimpy, there's a ton of other product here, a ton of other books that you can support, like Battlestar Galactica, their series, and several other Charlie's Angels. Don't buy Charlie's Angels. Who wrote that? Oh, no. Signed by writer Cameron Diordio. That's fine. You can buy Charlie's Angels. Betty Page, Elvira, James Bond. They have a great James Bond series. Kiss. They do Red Sonja. All of these great properties that they own. Please purchase and support Dynamite Comics. Thank you very much.
Thank you, EVS. And I want to say this has been one of my favorite shows in a long time. I feel like we were back firing on all cylinders. It's been a while since we really just got a really good show in with all of us here all at the same time. And I'm really happy that we maintained 1,500 viewers all throughout the night. I appreciate it. Cecil, thank you for stopping by as always. Jesse over on Mindless Entertainment is going to be streaming in about 20 minutes. So Star Wars for Life is dropping links to her streams. If you guys want to go over there, join her. Tell her the High Council says hello. Jeff, you got anything you want to plug, my friend?
Yeah, check out the second episode of our Star Wars trilogy bullshit edition video. Tomorrow's on Kathleen Kennedy, and it's completely different than what we've talked about before because every time that woman opens her mouth, stupidity comes out. So check that out. If you backed our comic on Indiegogo, check it out. I posted an update, so there's a release date involved. And be on the lookout for more stuff from me. Believe me, I've been getting a lot of messages as of late, and just keep your eyes open.
Good stuff. Cecil.
I haven't done a video in a week, but if anybody wants to check out my Game of Thrones breakdown, I do link Godzilla 2 Bran taking the throne by way of Raymond Burr who was Ironside, who was also in a wheelchair like Bran and ended up on the Iron Throne. It makes more sense if you watch it over and over, but I did break that down pretty clearly on my last video.
Good stuff. Modalicious says Frog and Toad commit a hate crime. Zebulon Pike says pre-ordered Priest's Vampy Run. Hail the High Council. Thank you, Zebulon Pike. You guys go check out geeksandgamers.com. Check out our merch store. I do terrible jobs of promoting, so please go over there, support our team, support our website, geeksandgamers.com/store. Get you a hat, get you a hoodie, get you a t-shirt, get you whatever else we got over there, and then we're going to bring more merchandise out in the very near future. Again, this was a great episode. Thank you so much for the support. I'm really happy to be back with my boys on the High Council. Thank you for all the support, Varela. It's been awesome. Hang on, more super chats. Albert Nada. A man dies on his feet. He doesn't live on his knees. Tolerate an Amazon calling him necessary. Proper Jeremy loves to party. Hit him up on Twitter. That is true. That is true. But other than that, guys, again, thank you so much. This is, to me, like I said, it's about, because a few weeks ago we did like the EFAP High Council crossover. That was a really tough show for me to manage, considering there was just so many personalities involved. But it went great. I know a lot of you have been asking for that, and I was happy how it all turned out. But it did go in 6-7 hours. It was insane. But I'm really, really happy with this episode. I'm really happy that so many people have come out to support Comicsgate and everything that we have doing, everything we have moving forward. Subscribe to Cecil. Cecil, are you at 10,000 subs yet?
Not yet.
How many away are you?
Like 500 or so.
Come on, y'all. There's 1,300 here. There's got to be 500 of you out there. Let's get Cecil to 10,000 subs. I really would love to see that happen. Cecil's awesome. Cecil is entertaining as hell. So go subscribe to Diversity and Cecil.
Can I give myself a cheap plug?
Absolutely. And mods, if you guys can get a link for Cecil's channel really quick, drop a link for Cecil's channel in the chat. And go ahead, Jeff.
22. Can I get 22 new subscribers so I can hit 122,000 tonight and go to bed happy?
Let's do it. 22. 22 is all we're asking for. Okay, that's all we're asking for.
Sorry, 28. My math is dog shit. Sorry, 28.
Okay, so 28. Yeah, so if we can do that, that would be awesome. So Cecil, there you go. I forgot you did have a wrench, Cecil. So I don't know what idiot gave Cecil the ability to post anything.
Yeah.
That's a scary
Smart
thought.
man.
Cecil has to go to work at 10,000. Oh, Cecil, are you sure?
I'm writing a comic if I get to 10,000, so I'm not heavily pushing to get.
Oh, then make this motherfucker happen tonight. I want to make it happen.
Don't rush into anything. If watch a few videos. If you like them, then subscribe. Don't jump. There's no reason to be hasty.
Oh man. But yeah, Jesse's in the chat now. Jesse's going to be going live in about 15 minutes. So again, great night. Support Vampirella, support the Fandom Menace, support Geeks and Gamers, support everybody connected. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the support. Smash the melee button, share the videos, and we will see you guys. Where are we at next week, guys?
World Class Bullshitters, my channel.
World Class Bullshitters. We'll be over there. Yeah. And yeah, so other than that, have a great night. Thank you, and we will talk to you later.
Bye.